Come and have a seat on the table of chat. This is Talkaoke. It's me, Mikey, and Esan at the moment. We need some more people.
I'm DJing at the moment.
Well, just tell us a little bit about what's going on with this DJing, because we need information. We're hungry for information. What's your name, first of all?
Hi, my name's Armeet.
Amit, yeah?
Yeah.
And this is Esan.
How you doing?
And I'm Mikey. Can I have a seat for 2 minutes? We're here when the record just goes, and then you have to rush back. It's on a mix. Oh, okay. So it's like the typical DJ thing. It's the best job in the world because you just kind of go like this, but actually,
pretend, It's all on Spotify now.
Yeah. So Spotify does your.
Yeah.
Are you worried about losing your job to Spotify?
Nah, someone's got to control it still, haven't they?
Someone's got
to be there in case something goes wrong.
It's a bit like.
You can't rely upon technology too much, can you?
It's a bit like flying a plane, isn't it? You've got autopilot, but you still need the pilot.
Technology is just a tool.
Yeah. So, Esan, are you worried about there being no jobs when you grow up because everything's taken over by technology? Like there'll be robot DJs and robot talk show hosts?
No, I'm not worried.
What?
I'm not too worried.
No? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a doctor and a writer.
A doctor and a writer?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to write about doctoring, or do you want to write about other stuff?
Write about stories and adventures.
Oh wow! Wow, it's an amazing set of skills. What did you want to be before? Obviously, now you're a DJ. You're kind of there. You've made it.
I'm actually an architect.
Did you always want to be a DJ?
I'm an architect.
You're
actually.
an architect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like
just what I do for fun. Not that architecture's not fun, but I do it for fun.
I mean, in a way, you've got that similar setup because you want to be a doctor and a writer. So you're I guess. The writing's for fun.
Could I go now?
This is completely free. Yeah, give us a final thought before you go. You're free to come and go as you want. If you come up with some new ideas, come back. What's your final thought? What are you looking forward to today?
What I'm looking forward to is eating the chicken.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Are you looking forward to anything today, Amy?
Just hanging out, meeting cool people, new people, finding out what's going on the street.
Yeah.
It's some interesting future for this place.
Let's get this guy to come and participate
because
you're taking photos. So come and have a seat for a second.
Guys, don't leave me. I feel shy. You have to help me.
It's too late. We've lost.
No.
You scared him. No, he's going to go anyway. He's going to go. He was feeling a little bit awkward.
What's your name?
Sorry?
Mikey. This is Amit. What's your name?
My name's Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
How's it go? Oh, you're back again. Did you put in your order? Okay, so you got some help. You got some support now.
You can come in the camper van and check it out if you want. Whenever you
this is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. At the moment, there's a few subjects on the table. In a way, we're talking about careers because we got we had to meet the DJ and architect.
TV.
Yeah, we're gonna put it online on our site. I've got to get the cards out. What's your name?
TV's on, man.
You can turn it off if you want. That's what Sheila did. What's your name?
Me.
Yeah. Bob. Okay, and
Your name's not Bob.
you can be anyone you want to be on this talk show. You don't have to be. You don't have to be.
A doctor and a writer.
You want to be a doctor and a writer?
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Will you have a pen name, or are you gonna go under your own name?
I'm gonna go with my own name.
Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A policeman.
A policeman. Okay. Any particular specialism you want to go into in police? Come and sit down. Come and have a seat on the table of chat.
I can imagine you as a detective.
A detective. Do you think you'll be a good detective? This is Chris, by the way. He's our cameraman for today.
What's up?
So, would you be a detective or would you be a traffic policeman?
I might be a detective.
Yeah.
Or a traffic police.
Okay. I mean, one of the questions that we've had on the table is, will all these jobs be taken over? Come and have a seat. Come and get. If you sit there, then no one's going to see you. But it just makes me look more busy. Do you know what I mean?
You have to go and register or something, token over there, and then they give you free chicken.
Oh, you can't just get free chicken. You can't walk in and get the free chicken. You've got to register first. Okay, we're finding out stuff. Have you got your free chicken yet?
No, I was just about to get it.
Okay. Have you registered? How does it work?
You've got to get tokens.
You've got to get a token first. Okay, have you got a token?
Yes.
Okay, so you know already. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. Right now, we're talking about like careers.
Is this recording?
Yeah, we're recording it at the moment.
Is it live?
Maybe just put the camera forward, then you could stand behind the camera or something like that.
Is it live?
It's not live, no, because for this very reason that some people don't want to be out there. We're going to put it on the internet, yes.
Yeah.
Come and sit down, come and have a seat on the table of chat. We have got SM, we've got Bob, what's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, Bob and Dennis, and what's your name?
Tiana.
Tiana and,
Ivy.
what's it?
Ivy.
That's right. And come and have a seat, come and get involved in this. You can eat your chicken on the table as well if you want to. Are you going to take it back? Okay.
Kids to do as well.
What's your name?
Kaiser.
What is it?
Kerry.
Kerry. Oh, Kaiser. Kaiser can be Kaiser if you want to. And we're talking about what do you want to be when you grow up. We had Essen over here is going to be a doctor and a writer. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A girl police officer.
Okay, another. We've got two. You can exchange notes with Dennis over there, who also wants to be a police officer.
I want to be a police.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got like a whole load of police people here. We won't be able to do anything around here with all these police.
Community care worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
look after children, I look after dementia people.
I mean, are we going to need all these police in the future, or is it all going to be done by robots? Are you going to? Yeah.
Crime's very high.
Yeah. So it's quite good that all these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world will be safe in the future.
It'll be safe.
It'll be safe.
Yeah. You think it'll be more safe in the future than it is now?
Who creates a newspaper though? Who?
Who does what?
The newspapers.
Who? Well, I guess writers. So it'd be people like you that write it. Why do you say that about the newspapers?
Because I always wondered who writ those, like did the pictures and stuff.
Yeah, who does that? Do you do pictures in newspapers? Come and sit down, sit down.
I bet this goes to the newspaper.
Yeah, is this going to go in a newspaper?
I don't know. Maybe it will. It depends how good the pictures are.
How does it work with it? Because Essen's got a question. How does it work with it? Newspapers, who writes them, who takes the pictures?
Well, I think journalists,
Yeah.
so people who practice journalism,
Yeah.
they write about things they're interested in, and then they get to work in newspapers and share them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
There's a chicken going on. Okay, so journalists write in newspaper. Do you know any journalists?
No.
No? Are you?
Gazette. The Hackney Gazette does it as well.
I was in the Hackney Gazette.
Yes, so was
I was in the Hackney Gazette at the carnival.
Yes, I was.
You were there as well?
Yes, I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
On the
what were you
8th of September.
Yeah. What were you doing in the?
Well,
carnival?
I wasn't actually in the thing. We was all down there. I was about 17 children,
Yeah.
and we took them all down there for the day. But then it got a bit
Yeah.
rowdy.
I mean, okay, so you got the Hackney Carnival. I mean,
Carnival got worse though.
is the Hackney
wasn't very
Carnival
good.
better? Do you think?
The Hackney Carnival is not better. Now it's changed. It's just gone down low.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's not all round Hackney. It's only one area.
It went past my flat actually.
Yeah.
But
No, it should have been in the parks.
should there be a popular carnival? Do you think?
I reckon they should have one every 3 to 4 months to give the kids
Yeah.
something to do.
Okay, what do you think about that? Should there be a carnival going through here? And what could it be like? What do you think? Do you agree?
Yeah.
What's that? Can
We
you
used to
SM
have it
pass the mic?
years ago. Here,
Yeah,
there'd be all the shops would come out and do stalls,
yeah.
and I think it was the Queen's wedding something.
The Queen,
We had
yeah.
street party.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know if it was something how many
Yeah.
years she's been Queen.
Yeah.
We had a street party, but this was up that road.
So we have had it before. Should we be bringing that
All
back?
the
you
way
think?
up, and everybody, I think something, the Queen something.
Yeah.
And it was, all the streets had parties. This
Something.
was
Yeah.
just before 1989.
Okay. So this is quite a while back. We're talking about. We're talking about parties. Should there be more street parties, carnivals, stuff like that going on? And would you get involved? Yeah.
I have to go now.
Okay. Give us a final thought before you go.
What's my final thought about though?
I don't know, because we've been talking about the future. You said the future will be safe.
Next fun fair right here. Can there be more stuff? Like
What would you like to see?
maybe there's a roller coaster again.
A roller coaster. Okay. Do you think we should get a roller coaster here?
Yeah, but that's gonna cost a lot of money though.
Okay. Well, could you do something a bit cheaper?
Adventure Park.
Yeah, I mean,
Adventure
Adventure Park's like
Park,
a roller coaster,
yeah.
but cheaper. So that's a good point. Thank you. Come and sit down, Dennis. Have a seat on the table of chat. Come and get involved in this. You can bring your coffee.
So we got to make a move now as well.
Please. Yeah.
Thank you and goodbye. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, so we've got a new face to say. What's your name?
Faz.
Faz. Are you off? Give us a final thought before you go. Would you like to see more carnivals?
Yeah.
Roller coasters?
Yeah.
Adventure playgrounds?
Yeah.
A zoo?
Yeah.
A zoo?
Need some animals around here, don't we?
Okay, let's get final thought.
Must go now.
Yeah, what's your final thought? What are you thinking right now?
Loads of sweet shops.
Sweet. Give us a final thought, Kerry.
Final thoughts. I think we need a lot more adventures around here for the kids. They need maybe like, oh God, a hall for people to go in.
Yeah,
so there's no crime. They're
Yeah.
not out on the streets doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of young children doing a lot of bad things
Yeah,
at the moment.
yeah. Will they go into a hall? This is the thing. This is like the age-old.
Well, it depends on the weather,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So really, they do need something to do, and they do need a lot more things around here.
Dennis, would you go into a hall if there was a hall for young people to do stuff?
I would.
You wouldn't.
I would.
You would. Okay. What sort of things would you like to see happening? Thank you. Bye bye.
Football.
Football, stuff like that. Yeah.
People riding bikes.
Yeah.
Skate park.
Yeah. Okay, so lots of the kind of active kind of sports things. So it looks like it's just you and me at the moment, Faz. But we've got Dennis. Come and sit down. Help us out here. Get this thing going. We need to. I mean, we are generating quite a lot of ideas, and it seems like there is a kind of desire to have a bit of a street party going on. That street vibe. I mean, that's actually one reason why we are out on the street, because my feeling as well is there should be more stuff going on the street. I mean, I don't know what you think. Bob, come and have a seat. Come and you can eat your chicken here. What's that? No? Okay, fair enough. That's okay, that's fine. But you're welcome to sit on the back table as well with the green chairs if you want just somewhere to sit down and eat and listen to these conversation. Faz, have you got anything you want to add, kick off with?
I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody getting together.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, what sort of things do you think this street needs?
I think a lot more football pitches.
Yeah.
And kids playing on their bikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peace and quiet, really.
Yeah. Okay, so places for kids to play is a big thing, I think. And as Kerry said, sort of adventures, stuff for them to do, this kind of thing. What would be a good adventure? Because that's what Kerry was saying. There should be more adventurous stuff for kids to do. Where did you get your coffee from, by the way?
I just got the coffee from this person.
Okay.
There.
I had a coffee, but it's alright. So can you pass me that one? Actually, that's one I made myself. But is there any left? Or have I drunk it? Oh, there's a touch left. A touch. It's quite strong espresso. Bob, come and have a seat. Don't worry, you're fine. You're good. You're good. So basically, we're talking about adventures. What do you think young people could be doing to have a more adventurous life? What do you say?
Play outside.
Play outside. Is there something that's stopping you from playing outside? No?
The rain.
The rain, okay. So weather's a factor. Are kids playing outside enough, do you think?
They are, but it is getting a bit dark, so they are going in a lot sooner than they should be. Yeah. Plus they got the schools and everything.
Yeah. So I guess there's not much you can do really about either the weather or the autumn setting in, I suppose.
It's a nice community. It's a mixed community, and everyone kind of know each other.
Yeah.
And I'm going through a bereavement at the moment.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So I lost my.
But do you feel this is, in a way supported by the people around you, or
people have been really nice to me.
Yeah.
They've been really nice, offering their condolence.
Yeah.
And my brother lived there nearly all his life.
Yeah.
And it's nice that it's recognised, and there's a lot of people are showing a lot of love and sympathy.
Yeah.
And this is what was really good, and I really appreciate all these things.
I mean, I do agree that people are kind around here. They're nice people. Don't you agree? You think people are nice people around here?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, are we celebrating the niceness of the people enough? Come and have a seat on the table of chat. We're talking about, do you think people are nice around here? Yeah, I mean, that's it. What? But why? Why is it? Why is it particularly? I don't know. It is that people are nice around here. All right, come back. Why? Why do you think people are?
Because the locals, they've lived here for a very, very long time, and it's, you know, it's an attachment, and you know, I grew up around there, and it's a nice place to grow up in, and it's not the best place in the world, but it's home.
Yeah. So I mean, it is that sense of growing up together. I mean, do you live in the area?
Yes, for 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, do you sort of agree with Faz? It's a good place to grow up because you just get to know everybody and people are nice.
Everyone's kind here and they're all friendly. They could help you out every time like you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Bob, do you agree?
Yeah. Because if you're not a shopkeeper as well, like say you're like 10p short, they'll lay you off.
Yeah. So people are just kind of, come on, we'll help you out. That's good. That's a really good thing. I mean, could we spread that out to other parts of London? And what are they missing, you know, in other places where people are a bit more harsh?
We could do, and that would work really well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are bringing a lot of different things, ideas into the community.
Yeah.
And it's something to build on.
Yeah.
And it's a friendship.
Yeah.
It's a lifetime friendship, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it is something to celebrate, something to build on. Do you want to go and eat your chicken, Bob? I mean, come and have a seat on the table and chat. We're talking about, we got Faz, we got Bob, we got Dennis, I'm Mikey. What's your name? Ali. Come and have a seat. We're talking about, is this a very kind and nice and caring community around here in this area? What makes it like that? Is it the fact that people have all grown up together? Well, it's not live, but we do record. Although I have already turned it off once, but I can turn it off if you want. If that's the thing that is preventing you, we'll just turn it off. Do you, just very quickly before you go, do you think it is a nice, kind community? Yeah.
Apart from all the knife runs.
Yeah. But does that affect this area here?
Yeah, because I live at the end of the road. And
Yeah.
there was a stabbing about a week ago.
Right.
By the waterfront.
Right, down by the river over there. So it is.
Not by the river, just end of the road.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Someone got. Wow, so it's encroaching on even on this area.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you know about that?
What the?
Apparently there was a stabbing just on the corner, just over the corner of like Abbott Road.
Abbott Road, yeah. I heard about that one, Bob, but I was so hurt and gutted because you know when I grew up around here, it was safe.
Yeah.
And I heard this boy was a really nice boy.
Yeah.
I don't know him from Adam, to be honest.
Yeah.
But hopefully he was okay.
Yeah. I mean, is there a way to sort of like kind of kick back against this encroach? Because it seems to be almost like a thing that's spreading into different areas.
Well, it is, but years ago there wasn't any police and things like that around there. Everybody knew everybody, and they just got on with life and looked after one another, and still is like that.
Yeah,
still is like that. I'm glad it's like that. And
I mean, I have to say, nice. I mean, because obviously we've got our shop here. I kind of feel safe. Do you feel safe in this area?
Here, yeah, I do.
Yeah, but maybe not further away.
Not further away from this area.
Yeah.
Because
so when you say here, do you mean just this street or like the streets around as well?
Streets around.
Yeah.
Like from my house to here and that is safe.
Yeah.
But I still.
Come and take a seat. This is Talkaoke at the moment. We've got Faz, we've got Dennis, I'm Mikey. What's your name?
Kirsty.
Kirsty, come and have a seat.
I'm not from the area.
That's okay. That's okay. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Come and have a seat.
Can I get some food and come join you?
Yeah, of course you can.
Use it at the table.
Do you feel safe in this area? That's what we're talking about at the moment.
I'm not from there. This is my first time.
Yeah, but walking in, does it feel like a safe zone?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's lots of people around. Nice atmosphere.
I mean, obviously, this may not mean that much to you, but people feel safe in this area, but it's more like going out, because this is, in a way, this is like a little island, it's its own little place. But people feel safe here, but then maybe not too safe venturing out. So the other side of the A12 or whatever.
Yeah.
But so where have you come from, Kirsty?
Islington.
Islington. Is it the same as around here? Is it different?
Very different.
Yeah. What is different?
It's much busier.
Yeah.
It's not as far from any tube stations. It's not as isolated.
So it's kind of better connected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it feel safer here or in Islington, do you think?
It's hard to tell. I mean, right now, here feels similar because there's lots of people and music and
so having
eyes on
people
the street.
about, yeah.
But usually I would say maybe this is quite quiet and it would be a bit scary at night.
Okay. Okay, so is it quiet at night?
It is quiet, but during the day it's quite busy because they're building around here, you can see. And, you know, if you're trying to sleep after 9 o'clock, it's quite difficult because they're drilling over there and they're building.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it's very quiet at night.
Yeah.
Very peaceful.
I mean, I've kind of got so used to the building noise, almost it's like the birds singing from me. It's like almost I can't sleep without the building noise going on, if you know what I mean. It's just like, it's been going on for so long. Is there a lot of building going on in Islington? Do they do that there?
Yeah, not on this scale, but lots.
Yeah, so more smaller scale. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where are we going to take this conversation? What do you want to talk about? There's been a few subjects so far. There's been this question of like kindness, how to grow the kind. This is a very kind, nice area. Like you may not be aware. But how do we grow that? That's been one of the questions. We could talk about that. We could talk about this question of safety and the encroach, because we feel like crime and the knives and everything are kind of just on our doorstep and coming towards us. We talk about that. We could talk about something else. We were talking about I had a whole load of young people earlier on around the table. They all wanted to be in the police. What's that about? I mean, and will that make it a very, very safe area? Come and have a seat on the table of chat. We've got Kirsty, we've got Essen, we've got Faz, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm Mikey. Come and have a seat.
Yeah, sure.
So what's your name?
George.
And who have we got here? Kalia. So we're kind of like at a crossroads. Don't know where we want to go with this. Any thoughts? Where do you think we should go with this conversation?
I let the little young man speak.
Dennis, what do you think we should talk about? Should we talk about this idea of the kindness, the niceness of the area, the question of safety, or something completely different?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
The future of the street. What would you like to see?
Okay. Future of the street. What would you like to see here in the future?
Smoother roads.
Yeah.
Clean pavements, no
Why
leaves.
do you want the roads to be smoother?
Because when you're riding bikes or scooters, it's always humpy.
It's a bit bumpy.
Yeah.
I mean, do you need like a few more ramps and stuff like that just to make it a bit more?
Yeah, definitely.
But smooth ramps?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other cyclists or scooterists around the table? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, do you think we could do a bit of a smoother track?
It always helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cycle as well. There's always room for improvement. So so if the smoother the road, the better for the cyclist.
Okay. I mean, are the roads more built for cars and not smooth enough for cyclists? Are you a cyclist as well, Kalia?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so have you got any stake in the smooth roads question?
No, I mean, would it be nice to like see more greenery maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So make it like.
What kind of greenery?
I don't know, lots of flowers and
flowers,
benches maybe.
Green flowers.
Trees. Well, there are a lot of trees, but like maybe. Yeah, it's like more for people like sitting and enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
It could even be like, I don't know, like. Yeah.
I mean, could you get more plants, more flowers on this street?
We could do.
Yeah.
And that would look really nice with a.
Yeah.
Because it used to be called Aberfeldy Estate, but now it's called Aberfeldy Village.
Yeah.
And I've been to villages and you've got the cows and all of that in the villages, but you ain't got all of that here.
Okay.
But if they do plant nice trees, it would be nice for the environment.
So
and
a kind of village green sort of feel. Okay. What do you think about plants, Dennis?
They're nice, smells nice.
Yeah. I mean, have we got enough trees here, or could we have more trees?
There's enough trees, but there should be like flowers.
Yeah. Where would you put the flowers if you're going to put them somewhere?
On the balconies.
Okay, so flowers maybe on the balconies along here. Okay. Could you have a cascade of flowers?
Benches. Don't forget the benches. Benches.
What benches?
So we can sit there and enjoy the street.
Okay, so you're saying there should be a few more benches.
If you see the trees, it's a lovely place. If you have like coffee shops, you know, benches, then people can sit outside and enjoy the scenery. Whereas now it's not so convenient.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So benches. She's running away. Yeah.
Big pavements as they are, and with chairs outside, lots of coffee shops, restaurants.
Okay, what do you think about that? Could you have like coffee shops and restaurants to make it more of a kind of
high street,
a kind of plaza, a kind of high street?
That would be very good for commercial people. I don't mind making a coffee shop myself and sitting there and serving coffee all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a businessman.
Get into it, yeah. So it could be a good business venture.
It was a good business. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about that? Are you a coffee drinker, Kirsty?
Yeah.
Could you see like just a swathe of coffee shops in amongst the flowers?
I think 1 or 2. You don't want them all to be coffee shops.
Yeah.
No, you want variety.
Yeah.
You want some restaurants.
How many is too many coffee shops?
One coffee shop, right? One's fine. But I mean, it'd be nice.
Cheap coffee shops is
two. I mean, don't you need some competition? You're the business person here. What would be like the ideal number of
I'd say
coffee
to
shops?
start off with one coffee shop would be very, very nice because it would bring people from the outside the area into the area.
Yeah.
And that would be really nice for business.
Right.
Because it's not really a business street, but there are a few shops here that's been there for years and years.
Yeah.
And a little bit of competition would go a long way, I'd say.
Yeah, okay. I mean, should it just do coffee? Should it do other stuff as well?
There's a grocery shop there, there's cost cutters there, there's a newsagent there. There used to be a pub here around there years ago.
Okay. So, I mean, there is a pub now, I guess, there,
around the
Flowers,
corner there,
but, I mean...
It's all good for business,
Yeah, so just like more businesses breeds more businesses. What do you think? What is this business-wise? Is it just about coffee shops? Could you do other stuff here?
Different shops, like off-license, coffee shops, pubs.
Yeah. An off-license? Would you like to see an off-license? Yeah.
There is off-license, but like maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
The streets could be wider. The pavements and streets.
The pavement should be wider. Well, I mean, I guess, what are you gonna, because, I mean, if you make the pavement wider, then I guess the road's got to be thinner, hasn't it?
Yeah, maybe the road should not exist then.
The road should not exist?
No, maybe it should be like plants
just
in the
like,
middle.
What, just pavement over the whole road?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think that there shouldn't be a road?
No, probably not. And then coffee shops where...
Maybe they can close the road on Saturdays and Sundays for make it like more like a, I don't know, pedestrian.
Okay, so pedestrianise the road. What do you think about that?
They could do that, but how would people drive through here? And do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would make it a bit awkward for drivers.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think, Bob? Should we actually pedestrianise this whole road and make it all into one big sort of plaza? That's what we're talking about at the moment. I don't know. So come and get involved in this. We're talking about this. People want. I'll give us a final thought before you go.
Yeah.
Sit down and give us a final thought. Yeah. We've got a new face. What's your name?
Malcolm.
Malcolm. We got Kirsty. We got Kalia and George and Dennis and Bob and Faz. I don't know these two yet. But you're going to give us your final thought, George?
Yeah, I think the bottom line is that we want a lively road, so we can have the community around.
Yeah.
To make that happen, we need to have a good mix between the new residents and the old residents.
Yeah.
So I think the best way is to have more restaurants, coffee shops, more greenery, so make it look better and more attractive. Yeah.
Okay, so more restaurants and coffee shops. What do you think about that?
On the new development?
Not literally the tall one, yeah. We just
Okay.
Okay.
So I work for Poplar Harker, so we are part of the development team. So
do you live locally, Malcolm?
I don't live locally, but I've been involved in the scheme for 10 years.
So you kind of know, you live and breathe Poplar.
Yeah. So this is all this is all about really trying to understand from you guys what we need to do as developers to make it better. And you know, we built some, I think, some good accommodation, some nice flats, but we now need to work really hard in making it a proper community and building on the community that's here, integrating the new people coming in and providing amenities.
Well, I mean, we've had a few, I'll just sort of fill you in what we're talking about so far. There's been a lot of chat about kind of pedestrianising. Could you actually pedestrianise this street? Could you have like, a lot of people want like cafes, but what's the right number of cafes? 1, 2, 3 plants. There's trees here, but could you have? I mean, you were saying, Dennis, weren't you, to have like some like hanging baskets of flowers along here? So these are some of the early doors ideas on the table.
So we would absolutely love to pedestrianise this street.
Yeah,
we would love to, and we are discussing that with.
So it's an idea already.
Yeah. So the biggest sticking point for that is the bus route.
Right.
Getting a bus route changed is quite tricky, but we are having those discussions because ultimately this would be a pedestrianised with all the amenities that you guys are talking about would be fantastic. And
what do other people think about this, pedestrianising the street on this side? Yeah.
You guys want bumper cars all the time, don't you?
Kirsty, final thought before you go?
Just thank you for coming to the street party.
Oh, well, I mean, what else are we going to do? It's here. We're ready to go. So this is Talkaoke. A moment we're talking about pedestrian, smoother roads. You were talking about as well, because if you're a cyclist, this road is a little bit bumpy.
Yeah.
Or if you're riding a scooter, so there should be like an ultra smooth, slick.
Because we ride bikes every day.
Yeah. So is the surface good enough for bike riding? Could it be smoother?
Yeah, much smoother.
Yeah, okay, so a smooth, slick surface. Yeah. So if it's going to be pedestrianised, is there going to be that smooth, slick surface? Come and get involved in this, guys, don't run away. This is Talkaoke. We have got Malcolm, we've got Kalia, we've got George, we've got...
Go Guy,
and we've got Dennis, and we've got...
Zayan.
What's it?
Ibad.
Okay, and Faz we've got over here, and a Mikey, and they've got... What does that mean? You come back in 5 minutes, or does that mean you're going? Okay, right. So where are we going to go with this conversation? Do we want to talk about the smoothness of the surface of the roads? Do we need a bus at all? Could we just get rid of that bus? Do we need to have a bus there going through?
We do need to have a bus, otherwise how would people come into the area and go out the area and go to places? The
transport links. Can a bus and a pedestrianised thing work together? How
it could work together, and it's worked for years and years, and I think it's very good.
Yeah. So I mean, could the bus just go through the pedestrian bit?
Well, it has been going for years and years, and I think it can. It works. Yeah.
Okay.
The road is too tight.
You think the road's too tight?
Yeah, because sometimes the bus driver horns at like some of the cars.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got my shop here, so I hear it's like me, and then finally it gets resolved. But you're right, there's sometimes it goes a bit.
Every time like I ride bikes, I see cars coming this way and a bus going that way.
There's a kind of standoff. Yeah.
They always have arguments. They're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. So it's a bit of a kind of source of conflict in a way. This bus to car. It's more the bus. Is it just buses and cars? Are there any other conflicts? What's that?
There's motorbikes.
Motorbikes as well. So these vehicles don't necessarily or different groups of drivers or road users don't necessarily get on with each other here.
Yeah.
So
I guess if the if they sort of remove the parking spaces if it's a pedestrian road and make sure that the bus route still is still applicable at least for the weekdays, and during the weekend it's a closed road, then I think that would be a sort of middle ground option.
I mean, could you do that? Could you get rid of the cars and just have the bus kind of weave around all these coffee tables and flower boxes and stuff like that?
If you want to pedestrianise the street and take full advantage of that in terms of what that might mean, then you need to reroute the bus. But that's not around here. You can still have a very good bus service with a minimal redirection.
So
in my mind, that's quite easy. In London Transport find that quite difficult concept to grasp.
Right, so they don't want to do it. They're like, this bus has always, 309 has always gone past here, and it always will. Is it like that?
I wouldn't say they don't want to do it. It's kind of, they feel it's difficult.
It's a bit boring for the bus driver. You just do the same route every day. Surely they should make it a bit more varied. It's like a change.
The conflict spices it up for them.
Yeah.
Just my final thought, so we can go. About like, I think I would really like to see a coffee shop, and a coffee shop where like there's event going on. So like someone who is expert in the community or from the new build, like teaching something to the people. So it could be like a workshop about knitting or a workshop about something that. So it could like bring the community together. So it'd be like a really nice space where like people can learn things and meet up. So.
Yeah. Oh, one thing,
under construction right now in here. So when we have a new cafe coffee shop which will be coming forward. It's coming alongside the new health centre. So there's an expanded health centre that's coming in this phase.
What's that?
The coffee shop has to be independent. We don't want big chains and stuff.
No. Yeah. Why don't you like the big chain? So I want to find that.
We don't like the big chains. They're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to have them next door. The quality of coffee or the quality of food is the standards are low.
So it's got to be an independent.
People will love to.
Could it be Faz?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Okay, so it's got to be. Okay, so you don't like the big chains. You don't. But then you know what you're getting with like Starbucks or something like that, don't you? So you're nodding, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to see coffee? Are you a coffee drinker?
Yeah, because I've never seen one in like Aberfeldy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to see it.
Okay, so you're going to be a good thing. But what about this idea? Sorry, I know you're going, Kelly, but what's this idea about workshops? Like sometimes I have a couple of tables out here. Just to get that vibe going, you know, and if people want something fixed, sometimes I fix their bicycles or whatever, but you know, I could see that formalised. I think it's a very good idea, like a sort of like, let's work out how to do stuff, you know, be it like, you know, fix your bicycle, work out. People, it's more, I've got this colleague Rick who's at a wedding today, and people always come and ask him to sort out their computers, because he's good with computers. So that, maybe we could have some of that going on, I don't know.
So, lots of these ideas are there or thereabouts. So, in this phase we're also building a new community facility which will replace the one at that end of the street. But we're hoping, or it will be, much more accessible, much more diverse in terms of its offer. Things like bicycle repair, workshops, that type of stuff will be part of that scene. The coffee shop will be independent. Everybody has said that it needs to be a good independent. So ideally, in our world, we would like to see that to be a social enterprise. So it's doing some good as well, but it needs to be commercial in its own right.
What is a social enterprise?
So an organisation that is not necessarily fully commercial in its outlook.
Right.
It's about giving back something to the community.
Okay. All right.
You talked about a coffee shop that runs classes, and that's exactly where we want to
be. So all thinking on the same page, Bob?
I think they should make a bike shop.
A bike shop?
Like a little, like, fix your bikes or something.
Yeah, so that appeals to you.
Because lots of people ride bikes here.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of problems do you have with your bike?
Like
punctures. Right, give us a final thought. We've got a final thought from these guys.
Final thought, I would say that as the developers for this, we are open to all the ideas that you can bring forward. and everything that you can think
somebody
of to mention to us.
A roller coaster.
Roller coasters. This guy wanted bumper cars.
Yeah. Okay.
I've stored it away in here.
Okay. Right. We're working on it. Roller coasters, bumper cars. All right. Give us a final thought.
Okay, it's very nice to see everyone around here together, and it's good, and maybe we should do it a bit more often.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And that's my final thought.
I think so too. I think we've got to keep this vibe going. It's, you know, the thing is, it's a bit few and far between, but we've got to keep it going. Thanks very much, Faz, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think they should do this more often because people will coming closer.
Yeah, definitely. And if you've got a puncture, I'll help you fix it. Don't worry.
If you're gonna make a bike shop, it shouldn't be too big.
Yeah.
Or other shops.
Yeah.
You'll be confused where's which. And so it should be high quality. The bike.
Quality is important.
Like it could fix punctures easily.
Yeah.
Allen keys and things.
Okay. Do you get punctures as well?
Yeah, I got a lot of punctures.
I get punctures all the time on my bike as well. Yeah.
I think they should make the street more modern and clean it up more and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, what would make it look modern?
Like
taxis.
Black cabs.
A lot of black cabs. Yeah. What, the electric ones?
Yeah. Talking about electric cars, there should be lots of electric cars because there's lots of pollution.
Okay, so try and get the cars a bit more electric.
Yeah.
So this is Talkaoke. You're welcome to come and have a seat on the table chat. At the moment, we're talking about how do we modernise this, make it more of a modern. You've got what? Party?
Got a birthday party, yeah.
Okay, well maybe that's part of the mix as well. Parties, the party element going on. Yeah.
You could make a cake dessert shop. So.
Yeah. Have you got a favourite dessert?
Let me say ice cream or cheesecake. Yeah, cheesecake.
This is making me a bit hungry actually. Cheesecake, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your favourite dessert? Let's go around with this. Favourite dessert?
Yeah, it should be there should be lights on the streets at night, people come.
Like coloured lights and stuff like that. That would be really nice.
On colourful lamps across the roads and everyone probably calm at night and make a fountain or something.
Yeah, so some nice coloured lights. Because it's all the same colour, all the lights, aren't they?
Make it Christmassy, not Christmassy, but you know what I mean.
That kind of celebration, sort of
around the shop,
festival kind of feel. Yeah. What do you think about this? How will we modernise the street?
Put smoother roads, and on the top of these rails, we can make it more nicer and and put lights across it. So at night time, people can see and they can walk and they can just stay here for longer.
Okay, so a few lights, a bit of colour in the zone. This is Talkaoke, pop-up talk show. We're talking about how do we modernise this street, make it a better place, especially for all these cyclists.
I think they should definitely make the roads smoother and you know the car parking spaces. Get rid of that and make it into bike lanes or something.
Yeah, could you have maybe a bike lane, a bike and bus lane or something like that?
Yeah, and the bus routes are a bit awkward.
Yeah, I mean,
because they come in together.
Do you ever do you ever use a bus?
Yeah.
Or do you just cycle?
309.
Yeah, 309. You can use a bus. Yeah.
Yeah, to school.
Yeah, is it handy though?
It is, but some streets it's not suitable. Yeah.
I know what you mean. They're very patient sometimes, these bus drivers, because they always get stuck, don't they? They kind of and then they're people are beeping their horns.
Also, you should get more cleaners. You can see it's getting winter and all the leaves are falling.
Yeah, how do you get it cleaner? I mean, without getting rid of trees.
You should get the machinery and people to.
Or a special cleaning machine kind of thing.
To brush off the leaves and then.
Yeah. I mean, are the leaves that bad?
They will get.
I know what you mean, because even now I've got all leaves in my shop.
If you brush it 2 times a week, it will be cleaner.
Yeah.
And it will look more.
Yeah.
Eye catchy.
Yeah.
So if it's clean, then everyone will start walking there, and.
Do you think the dirtiness puts people off a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you can see all around. There's things that you're not using, like let me say, the wood there on the roads everywhere. There should be people taking care of where the things go. So if they just find just wood piece on the floor, like pick up, make like a small place where you put all the things,
so
make something.
Okay, so places to get rid of the rubbish and get rid of these bits of wood on the road and stuff like that. Any suggestions while you're waiting for your chicken? What would make this road a nicer road? Window boxes? More a variety. Come and have a seat for a couple of seconds. Yeah.
Readability of area, really.
Yeah.
I think once they, I don't know, with the old people about it.
You think it'll take too long, basically?
No, like some shops around here, they shut really early, like 9 o'clock after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living in the middle of Essex. With the leaves and that's Mediterranean. They're gonna fall, but it's just like you said, like rubbish.
Yeah.
But overall,
so there's not really much like. I know what you mean. At the night, it's only really.
It's expected. It's leafing season, so you're gonna get that. They're never gonna be totally off the streets.
But I mean, what about this nighttime vibe? Because it is completely dead at nighttime. Could you have more life at night?
You've got that pub, haven't you?
You got Tommy Flowers, haven't you?
Country and western, do it.
Yeah. All right, okay, so come and have a seat. Thank you. Come have a seat on the table of chat at the moment. We're talking about yes, you come and have a seat. We have got Bob and Dennis. We've got, what is it? Ibard. Okay, you changed your name.
That's my real name.
Okay, Ibard and Dennis. And what's it? Mikey, what's your name? Come for 2 minutes. Come and have a seat. What is your name?
Aggie.
I'm Mikey. So we're talking about, we've actually generated quite a few good ideas. What would make this street nicer? Could you pedestrianise it? Could you have cafes and bars and stuff like that? Could you actually smooth the road to make it better for cyclists?
Oh yeah.
And lights, coloured lights is people are saying that at night time it's
really dark.
It's a bit dark, yeah. So could you have some nice coloured lights and stuff like that? That's Chris over there. Chris, come and get involved. That's you, yes. Come and get involved in this. Stop taking photos and come and give your opinion. Yes, you. So, what have you got any thoughts about this, Aggie?
Yeah, definitely more lights.
Yeah,
because it's like really dark.
Then?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the darkness is because of the building work that's going on, but there's not enough street lighting. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what these guys are talking about is like a coloured light.
Yeah, that'd
kind
be
of
quite
like
nice.
Decorative, like festival kind of light.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Yeah. Is that? Can you paint a bit more of a picture for Aggie about what these lights would look like?
Like different colours.
Yeah.
Lights on the streets.
Yeah. Signage of what?
Yeah, but you know the different area. I mean, they've got those signage there. I mean, they're quite nice, but a little bit more.
But what signage for what though?
Well, to say, you know, even what's around here, what's going to be
so
here.
Let people know a few more signs. Are there enough signs around and about the place, do you think? Could we have a few more signs?
Yes, like down there could be a sign like if you go straight, there's an off license or PFC or a bar.
Okay, so you could be advertising this stuff a bit more. Yeah. What do you think, Chris? Are you from this area? Are you from?
Yeah, I'm an East London guy. Well,
yeah, where are you from?
Green, but...
Come and have a seat. We won't hold it against you.
I know it's not East, I know, but I live in East.
We won't hold it.
I've been living in East for years.
Where do you live?
I live in Dalston now.
Dalston, okay.
Dalston.
How does Dalston compare to here? It's different. You've been up to Dalston?
Yeah, I know Dalston really well.
Do you think we can make popular? Have you been up to Dalston, guys?
Yeah, to my cousin's house.
Okay. I mean, would you like to be more like Dalston around here?
Be nice about Dalston. That's my area. Be nice about it because that's where I live now.
Be nice about this area.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, how does it compare to Dalston? Would you say?
Dalston, I think, is a bit more busier.
Yeah.
And here, it's silent, but there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
I mean, when you were talking earlier on about the lighting, there's a bit more lighting going on in Dalston. Come and get involved in this. Come and have a seat on the. You can sit on the table and wait. We'll keep an eye on. All right. Okay. Sorry to interrupt. So we're talking about lighting. We're talking about Dalston compared to here. What do you think? Could we Dalstonise Aberfeldy Street? Is that a good idea?
I don't know. I don't know the area that well. I don't know this part of East London. But this lady here is the authority, I think.
Actually, I've lived in Tower Hamlets all my life, but I've lived in Poplar since 2002. Yeah. But I still son from Bow because that's where that's where I was born, and that's where I went to school.
Yeah. So you've only been in Poplar for 17 years.
Yeah, almost 18 years. And
yeah.
But I still don't sound from Poplar.
Right. You still consider yourself to be Bow.
I live in Poplar.
Okay. Right. I see.
Green boy at heart.
Yeah. So if you moved, would you still be from Poplar? If you moved, say, to Dalston or Bow?
No, I'll still be in Poplar.
Yeah, so it's where you grow up.
Well, I lived here in this area all my life.
Yeah, and how many years is that?
12.
12 years, okay. Has it changed in that time, do you think?
Yeah, these buildings have changed.
I mean, is it a change for the better? Is it a change for the worse? A bit of both?
Good.
Yeah?
Better, yeah.
So it's gradually improving. Have you lived all your life in Poplar?
Yes.
In this area?
Yeah.
Do you think it's changed for the better?
Yes. There's better buildings.
Yeah.
People come out now.
Yeah, people come out a bit more. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What about you, Chris? I obviously can't ask you this about.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I remember when I came to view the flat, I thought, oh yeah, this would be nice because it'd be nice and quiet.
Yeah. And then people start setting up talk shows on the street.
No, it'd be nice and quiet because there wasn't many buildings.
Right.
There was an old estate there, and I thought, oh yeah, this is a nice quiet road.
Yeah.
I turn in, no one will bother me.
Yeah.
That's what I need after a day's work.
And the next thing is
there's a huge construction site.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's changed hugely.
But I mean, okay, so that's a bit, is that disturbing, that noise, or?
Yeah, it is, but I can see that it needs to be done, and I knew it was only going to be a matter of time when they started up that end and was moving down. I kind of knew what was ahead of me.
Yeah. I mean, apart from the building, do you think it's changed for the better, changed for the worse, or stayed the same? Bit of both?
A bit of both, I think.
Come have a seat on the table of chat. We got Aggie, we got Dennis, we got Ibard. And what's your name again?
Zayan.
Zayan. And what's your name?
Adam.
Adam.
Can I get from the bin first?
What's that? Put it in the bin. Okay, fantastic. That's great. That's good responsibility there. We like to see that. So we're talking about this area, and obviously you've got a sense of pride in the area as why you're throwing the stuff in the bin. What do you live in this area, Adam?
Yeah.
So one of the things we're talking about, has the area got better? Has it got worse? What would you like to see in the future? I'll come back to you on that one. Yeah, have a think. Because we've had a few ideas so far. Come get involved in this. Come have a seat on the table. You can take notes on the table, of course you can. So we've got Ibard, we've got Dennis, we've got Adam, we've got Aggie, I'm Mikey. What's your name?
Chandni.
Say that again?
Chandni.
Chandni.
Yeah.
So man, what are you taking notes about, by the way?
So I'm from Yankatine Architects.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to get lots of opinions about the businesses on the streets.
Right.
And what people thought of them.
Yeah.
And how much they were using them. And what kind of things they'd like to see in the future.
Okay. And have you found anything so far? Any?
Lots of people want the street to be cleaner.
Yeah.
And cleaned up and pristine looking.
Yeah.
And lots of people want better offerings from the shops as well. So
better offers?
Better
like
offerings.
2 for 1 on...
No, things that they'd want to buy.
Okay.
And they're not sure that they necessarily cater to all the different people that are living around here.
Okay.
But I'd love to hear more from people who live
When I first moved here, there used to be a little post office.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised at that one because it was perfect. I thought, oh, there's a shop, there's a pub, there's a post office, all the kind of things that I might not need on a daily basis, but they could be there if I needed them in the week, and they've kind of slowly been eroded away. So it'd be nice to see that kind of thing brought back.
I mean, a lot of the chat here has been about coffee shops. That's what people on the table have been saying. They want coffee.
There used to be a cafe. So I mean, at the beginning, you know, if you wanted something quick, you could go in a cafe and sit down and have even like a quick meal if you didn't want fast food.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was quite nice.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Yeah, I'm a coffee drinker.
Okay.
Black coffee all the way.
Okay. Are you a coffee drinker, Adam? No. What do you like drinking? I'll come back to you on that one.
Mango juice.
Mango juice, okay. What do you think about this? Cleaner, it's been said, coffee shops, any thoughts on this?
Yeah. So
yeah,
it is a good idea for a coffee shop because like most people cycle, like including adults, you cycle, and then you get tired and then you drink coffee. Yeah. And then you just get energy back.
Okay, so it's a good way to get the energy back for cycling. We've got a new face. Let's say, what's your name? I'll come back to you in a minute. We've got Shandini, we've got Ibad. What's the name again?
Gokai.
And we got Adam and Aggie and I'm Mikey. One of the other things was mentioned was this bike shop because we've got a lot of cycle action happening here. I don't know whose ridiculous bicycle that is, a pink bicycle. Could there be some kind of cycling thing going because you know, it's so popular, especially with the younger people?
I mean, they should not Santander bikes, but like one of these rails. You should have them side because like there are many bikes people are actually using if they're gonna go into the store. Yeah. So you should have them side so and then you lock it.
Okay, so a bit more compact with the bike racks. Yeah. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah. Well, I'm not a cyclist, but I mean, there is a well, no, it's not called Boris bikes no more. What's it called?
Santander.
Yeah, the Santander bikes. So opportunities for people to be able to park their bikes securely would be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just get your name between munching? What's your name?
Rose.
So yes, you know, my name's Mikey. We got Gokai, got Adam, Aggie, Shandini.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. We're talking about. So we got Aggie, we got Shandini, we got Rose, we got Gokai and Adam. I'm Mikey. What's your name?
Salam.
Is that your name?
Yeah, Salam.
Okay. Salam.
Yeah, you were talking about that. Yeah, that you mean peace.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is like, how do we upgrade this street? Would you like to see this street pedestrianised? That's one of the things people have been talking about. And like plants and flowers, bicycle lanes, coffee shops, tables, a plaza, atmosphere, fountains. These are some of the things that people have suggested. Have you got any thoughts on this?
All this going to be. I'm the shopkeeper from London. I've been here 20 years. But it's all dead. Nothing is. What's the point of upgrading? There's not many people about.
So you need people before you can do all of these things. How do you bring the people?
Yeah, the people are coming though, aren't they? Look, you can see the people are coming.
A lot of building has been demolished, and the new build, a lot of them are still empty. A lot of them is bought by the foreign investor from China and all that. A lot of them just lying empty over there.
So they're kind of bought, but they're not populated.
Yeah, like the cafe. I've opened the cafe. I have to close for a while now. The Rainbow Space, that's mine. But it's not viable.
Okay, so you actually try to start a cafe, but it's not, because we've been talking a lot about cafes, but the business reality is that a cafe is not viable.
It's difficult though, because this road you only kind of come down this road if you live down here. You know, there's no passing trade.
Because it's no drive-through. There's no drive-through. So I mean, how long they got left? Maybe a couple of years before they're knocking them. I don't know.
So you don't think there's necessarily a business reality, like, because everyone's been talking about coffees and stuff like that, having a coffee shop. Are you off? Okay, you're back.
I have an idea. So
yeah, come on, that's what we want. We're looking for ideas.
To get people back, you could like say festival, like you said, in the lights and everything at the night. Yeah, you could add like posters saying the cafe has a new thing.
Okay, so advertise this cafe as a bit more.
It has a new thing.
Yeah. So a bit more promotion, basically.
They did something new to it.
Yeah.
So, like the bike shop, they do something new to fix the bike.
So it's got to be new stuff all the time, new stuff happening. Would that bring the people in?
On the new, the new part of the new build, I don't know what it's, Aberfeldy Village, there's going to be like a cultural building or a centre that's not only open up to the community, it might be opened up to more of Tower Hamlets, so that would bring people to the area, and maybe they'll be able to access what's available here.
So
that might be
attractions.
Yeah, there needs to be more attraction to bring people to the area. Maybe that will do it.
All right, what will attract people to the area, Adam? What would attract people to the area? Any thoughts?
Trees.
What's that?
More trees.
Trees, okay, more trees.
A nice park.
A park. What would attract people to here? Anything on this side, Rose, Chantilly? What do you think would attract people, bring people in? We need people. If we're going to have a coffee shop, it's got to have people drinking coffees, hundreds of coffees. Okay, guys, you've joined us at a crucial time because we've got Salam here that actually runs a bit. He's tried to start up. You know, we were talking about cafes. He tried to start up a cafe, but not enough people come to the cafe. So how do you bring people in? That's what we're talking about. How do you actually get more people to come down this street?
You can knock on people's door and ask if they want to participate.
So like kind of come to them basically.
Get one free.
So it's back to the promotions.
So like people will like.
I've done everything.
You've done these kind of promotions.
What, who are you? The main, what's it called? Manual space?
Well, okay, so you're an architect. So how does that?
Architect.
Yeah.
So what help we can get? Some subsidies from someone can help. Like they were saying, they're gonna help with the new shutters and that. We don't need. I got new shutters, but I need something.
Okay, so how can an architect actually help with some of these problems?
Oh my God.
Are you an architect as well, Rose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's justify the profession.
So how can an architect actually help these problems? We've got problems. How do I get more people hiring Talkaoke? Can an architect help?
Yes, we can help.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the short-term methods of attracting people, like things like improving the look of shops, so that some of the new residents that have moved in from the new developments might mix with some of the older people and it becomes more of a lively street. And also we're trying to do a lot of consultation with shopkeepers and local residents, which is ongoing, which is a place where we can discuss the wider problems and any improvements you'd like that might not be visual, but might be things like, I want to do things on the forecourt and I need to be allowed to, and things like that.
Okay. So I mean,
it can be a method of getting in between.
Okay, so there are ways and means. I mean, do you think like a more lively, you call it the forecourt, you mean the pavement here?
I mean the pavement, yeah.
Do you think more stuff going on the pavement would actually bring people here? Would it make a difference to Salam's business?
The Christie Market is nearby and got so many that people just walk up there, just on the underpass, 10 minutes, so that's why. Maybe we could try, I don't know, I mean, because it's nice to see all the shop open up and look more lively, and people here, it's limited people, they're hand to mouth, they're poor people, they haven't got, the Brexit is coming, they're too worried about spending too much.
So, I mean, if people haven't got the money, then they're not going to spend the money. But there's this question that Chantilly's brought up about the sort of street culture, street life. Will this having a bit more street life have an effect, or are people too poor? What do you think on this side?
I guess. I have an idea for people coming and buying things. So you could conjure, so people are like you could give permission to people to do magic tricks in the
Okay, so like performance on the street. Would
and then there's schools around, so they could see more often.
Okay, so what about magic tricks, performance, like an event space, like right here on the street? Maybe that would bring people in. I mean, we're doing that today, I suppose. What do you think about that, Aki?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, it was, they had the Aberfeldy, the open day not long ago, and that was well attended. So maybe do that a bit more frequently. That would be a good idea.
More events on the street. I mean, somebody else said that earlier on.
Because I think what's happening is there's lots of people moving into the area, but like I said, I'm only speaking from my own experience, but I still consider myself new to this area, and I've been here 17 years, and feel that I'm here as part of the community, but I don't feel community-wide.
So it's about connecting people in the community as well.
Connecting people,
okay,
for sure.
That's an interesting point. You've been here longer than these guys have been here, 12 years. I don't know, I mean, is there a way to connect people better in the community? Would that help?
Well, maybe like have a get together in a sort of like a center where they come and sit, have it, chat, get to know one another, you know. Maybe twice a week or something, or evening elderly club, kind of club or something where they can come and talk with one another, mingle with one another.
Okay. To look at the makeup of the the population of the people moving in, because there's fewer families, more professionals who are either busy at work or when they come home from work. What are they doing when they come home from work? Do they want to be part of the community? Because I mean, when I come home from work, the last thing I want to do is come out and be a part of the community.
You're working too hard, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a hard worker. Every evening when she come to my shop, she's knackered, and she come with the homework as well for the marketing to do.
Okay.
So she need a dance, to keep.
I mean, well, this is a question. I mean, there's a bigger question here. Okay, give us a final thought before you go.
Yeah, final thought. I can't think of one.
I mean, what one thing? Okay, we've got the architects here. They need ideas. What one thing would actually boost this street?
Well, like they said, they can do a lot of different design and make it lively, look sort of like
a lively feel to it. That could be kind of something to do.
Yeah, because they're architects, they're creative mind. We can't think of, so they can, while they're looking, they can see people, just monitor what, they'll be more creative,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say maybe just on a real basic practical level, just have a notice board to kind of show what's going on in the area and what's available, even close by. For those who are new to the area, people don't know that.
Okay, so actually let people know if you're going to have all these events and activities, right?
I mean, a lot of people do leafleting, and I mean, you kind of get that in amongst everything else you get. You put it on the side, you forget about it. But if there was like a notice board somewhere, that would be quite nice. I mean, or even in the doctor's surgery where they have a message thing that scrolls along. Get them to. Get the information out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, notice board. Come and have a seat. You can leave that on the table if you want to. Look, Rosie's doing it. She's got no problems about it. So,
in other countries, you have different things on this, like around here, like somewhere like here. So you can get there's people with thing like that coffee thing, but corn, they sell street food. You can do street food.
So street food from Gokai's just come up with a brilliant idea, which is he's come up with this idea let's not just think locally, think internationally. In other countries, they've got street markets. What have you got a country in mind?
Turkey.
In Turkey. So in Turkey, they have just this street vibe. Can you just describe it for those who haven't been to Turkey?
Alright, so you're in the streets.
Yeah.
You can walk here, it's crowdy, and then people advertise for the street food.
Yeah.
And they ask, they don't charge much, 50p or something for corn.
Okay, so they're just doing more stuff on the street, like barbecues and stuff like that.
Everything. And white spots, here's open. That shop is closed for a really long time. You can just do street food over there. It's an open place.
You've got this closed down shop. Why not have a barbecue here, street food in front or something like that? You think that would be a good idea? Some street food going on? Would that lively up the place a little bit? What kind of street food would you go for?
All kind of food. I think mixed culture.
Yeah, so we can get a bit of everything basically. Come and have a seat. Come and get involved in this. We've got Aggie, we've got Shantini, we've got Rose, we've got. What's your name?
I get one.
What's your name?
Ennis.
Ennis. So, and what is it? Adam and Gokai, and what's your name?
Naima.
And well, anyway, come and have a seat. Any thoughts on this? Could we have a Turkish street food kind of vibe? Could that lively up the place? You're right, Gokai, that this has been kind of just completely closed down. In Turkey, they would have someone would just come and set up their barbecue there.
I mean, you could replace that with another store because like nobody's using. I mean, soon somebody will come and do something to it.
Yeah. Okay. So we need a bit more intervention. We need to keep the street open and lively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you go for a barbecue? And if so, what would you barbecue?
Some nice chicken, usually. Some nice vegetables. Yeah.
I mean, maybe come and get involved in this. You're standing far away. We come and sit down. But I see you've got some chicken. Yeah, look, you can eat it around the table. Everyone else is doing it. It's not a problem. This table is actually designed.
Where would you like me?
Anywhere you want, wherever you're most comfortable. Wherever you're most comfortable. So we have got Aggie, we've got Chandani, we've got Rose, we've got Ennis, is it, or Alice? Or Alice, and Adam, and what's your name? What is it? Neymar. And over here we've got
Valerie
and Anthony.
Anthony, welcome. So we're talking about like liveling up the street. We had Salam from the Londis over there, and he was saying it's actually because a lot of people have been talking all day about this cafe culture. He said, I tried to open up a cafe, nobody came. So how do we actually lively up this place in a way that works for the local businesses, that actually people can come and make money, make it sustainable? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Gökay over here mentioned in Turkey, if you had a closed down shop like that, someone would open up a little barbecue and get grilling and start doing a bit of corn, a bit of chicken, whatever. Right. So that's what we're talking about at the moment. Are you local to the area, Anthony?
I am. We live on the other side of the A12.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit cut off from here. And to be honest, for 17 years, I didn't even know that this part of Poplar existed.
Right. Okay.
Which is, and I think most of the people that live in the building I live in didn't know that either.
Okay. So you know they could go under the underpass.
No, they had no idea that this was Poplar over here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like a nice surgical cut. This is a gash with a bread knife.
Okay.
So what's interesting is to join, I feel, those two things together a bit.
So it's actually
got to bring some people in from the other 2/3 of Poplar.
So it's actually about gluing it together. And is it the underpass that puts people off, do you think? Do you live over that side as well?
Same as Anthony, we live together.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think the highway is kind of...
River. I mean, it's like a river that's it's not like a nice river that you can cross, with a little paddle boat and a canoe or something, or just wade through it. You've got, it is, and it feels like a barrier rather than something that you can easily pass.
Is that something that could be sorted out architecturally? Could you have like a garden bridge across the A12, something that would just make it natural for people just to wander across from the populated side of Poplar?
So we're in Morris Road, so we're kind of close to the Crisp Street Market. Yes, where they have really amazing school and stuff like that. From what I understand, not that I have kids or anything, but the fact that I didn't know this was here for 17 years.
That's a long time.
There's got to be fundamentally something wrong.
I was saying, I mean, I've lived here I moved over in 2002. I just lived just at the back there, and I was living in Bow. That's where I was born. And when I got the address for this place, I was like, oh, where's that? And I got a cab because I didn't know where I was going.
It's like the hidden islands.
Yeah, and it was like a hidden island. And still to this day, if people come to visit me for the first time, more than likely I have to come and meet them on the road because I can't direct them in, and they don't know where it is. They don't know where it is.
Just commenting on, do we need a casualty unit here on the street just for when people fall off their scooters? So we're talking about, could these problems be, we've got architects over here, could the architects solve these problems of the fact that Anthony's been here for 17 years and he hasn't crossed the divide of the A12? Any thoughts on this side? Is it too isolated here, do you think?
This area?
Yeah,
it is. I moved in 2009. 2009.
And do you feel, do people have trouble finding you to come and visit you?
I'm living that side, but
so this seems to be one of the big problems.
I mean, I just I just want to share my thoughts as to what brought me over here.
Yeah.
Because I think that was quite instrumental. That was quite important.
Yeah.
Is that I mean, it was really serendipity that brought us here. Is there is an artist who's currently displaying in the Tommy Flowers, and his work. He was somebody whose work we collected, so we knew him. And he said, look, I'm doing a kind of impromptu exhibition at the Tommy Flowers in Poplar. And I said to him, you must have a different Poplar. There's no gallery here. I know, there's no gallery here. And he gave me the address, and we literally did a drive-by with my dog, because I thought, well, what is this place? I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
And we went past the Tommy Flowers, and that evening it was open. We came back. I saw this, like from about the end of the road, and I thought I had crossed some kind of interdimensional barrier and tripped into this incredible hub of culture that was mixing locals and people from outside, and we were having a conversation that was intelligent and didn't involve the exchange of any money. That for me was something I've been looking for all my life. And here it was, in a place I didn't even know existed.
So, welcome to the future.
Really, I'm ready for this to take off. I just want to make sure I'm in the middle of it when it does, rather than hanging on the edge. But this is definitely, this kind of advertising, this kind of publicity, it's very important to suck people like myself in. And there is a lot of us in Poplar. There's a lot of, people interested in culture, art, conversation that can be sucked in through devices, if I may use that word, not in a derogatory way, like this.
Okay.
So, the Talkaoke, the Tommy Flowers exhibition, the promise of being able to share a drink that's not too expensive, and I don't even drink anymore, with people who are interesting to have a conversation with.
Okay.
That is instrumental. Sorry to harp on, but...
Okay, well, we got... you want to come in? So we got Goko, we got Ibad, and we got Dennis, and sorry, what was it?
Zayan.
Zayal. And then we got Rose, and we got Chandani, and we've got a new face here. What's your name?
I'm Karina.
Karina. So we're talking about the conversation on the table is like, like Anthony's lived here for 17 years. It's only the Tommy Flowers putting on some art that actually alerted him to the fact that this side exists, and he was drawn in by the culture. But what you've got is you've got a sea of people that are just like cut off by the A12, and we've got Chandani and Rose are architects.
Yeah, so am I.
You're an architect as well. Okay, so we're starting to get a kind of hub of architects. How do we actually like shorten the time from 17 years to a bit smaller that people come over to this side? Is it an architectural question, or is it a different?
You need to work on the traffic a bit too. I mean, I am terrible that sometimes if I'm in and I check before I'm about to go out, if I know there's a problem anywhere near East Ginger Dock Road, Blackwall Tunnel, Limehouse Link, I think I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Because I know if I'm going to have trouble getting out, I'm certainly going to have trouble getting back in.
What mode of transport are you using?
I'm public. I'm on my feet. I'm public transport, so that's gonna.
Yeah. So it's getting the bus. The bus will take forever.
Well, even they cut off. There used to be like a little underpass that you could use. Before the Olympics, and they closed it off because leading up to the Olympics, and they said that they were going to open it again, and it's never been opened again.
Okay.
And that's made a huge difference because that would be like a little shortcut for local people to be able to go out and come in. So they've cut that off, so you have to join the traffic.
So you're kind of like there's this kind of wall of there's a river of traffic cutting us off. Do you feel cut off on this side? Do you feel cut off from the rest of London?
I mean, because you need more parking spaces.
Is that?
I mean, there should be separate places, big vehicles in a big.
So there should be a car park here. Okay.
That is a big problem.
With a very smooth surface as well.
And I went on a bike ride and I found a new island.
You found a new island?
Well, it's like you have to cross a bridge to go on it, and it's like surrounded by water.
Okay, that sounds
nice. And it's like them tall buildings. It's like, you know, the buildings that are purple, red, and
the coloured
yellow.
ones,
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. Was that quite good to explore?
Yeah. There's like I thought there was no shops there.
Yeah.
I thought these were the closest shop, but there's actually a Nisa local under it.
Okay, so there's a Nisa. Is that better than what we've got here?
No.
No. Okay.
Like you got like food stores and you got like a little store.
So in a way, they're a bit suffering a little bit because they're another island and they've just got the one shop, the Nisa. Okay, so where do we go with this? Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the island where they have a little shop, but they don't have anything better than here. What would it take for you guys to hang around here a bit more? What do you need?
There's more open space here. Like.
I mean, I think they do hang around.
Yeah, because over there is
just
buildings.
Yeah.
Like area or Langdon Park. Like we always ride around and like discover new things.
Yeah. So you need to actually go and explore and find new things, isn't it? A bit like Anthony did with here. It just took him a bit longer to get there. I mean, I'm kind of concerned with this question of like, why? I mean, mate, I don't know. We're going to take you as a sample of, or a sample or two, of people from the other side. How do we get these people over here?
Collection, and there's a collection of us, because when I started to post this on our group, we live in the Sprats complex. When I posted this to other people that live in Sprats, who are most of whom are artists as well, and some of them quite well known and recognised, they were totally surprised. They said to me, "How have I not known about this? Why do I not know about this?" So that message needs to cross the river from this island and get out there. People need to be informed. I don't know whether that's, dropping leaflets through a door or doing something, but there was no information getting there at all.
Maybe we could have like
Have you got a communal notice board?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we've got a communal notice board in my building, so I mean, it's even to put the notice on there for the people that live in that building to know what's there, because people don't know.
But maybe we should be thinking bigger. It should be like a bat sign, like Batman, like a big bat sign, so people,
we did it ourselves. Yeah, we did it ourselves. We took the leaflets and spread them out. We put them on the notice board, we put them on the tables, because in our lobby area we have somewhere where you can actually sit down, and pick up this stuff and read it.
Let me get a final thought from Dennis and Ibad. Final thought? What do you think about the bat sign idea? Could we have a bat? Would that bring people? Not necessarily a bat, but it could be. Project something into the sky to let people know.
Yeah, it would be good. More people will come.
Yeah. What's that?
Like AV.
AV.
For Aberfeldy village.
Okay, so we could have a big sign in the sky. Would it be AV? Would that be the best thing to project?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to take something though for people to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about this road there, people to leave that road to turn into this space.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to take, because that's what you're doing, because they're actually trying to get out of London when they're on that road.
So they just want to escape.
They want to escape. So what's going to take for them to leave that road, or come in the back way, leave that road to turn into this space?
Maybe a service station or something like that.
When you say we need to get a message out there, get people from across the road to come here, are you talking just about, for example, this event, or are you talking about every day no one knows Aberfeldy streets?
I mean, to begin with, the Tommy Flowers having an exhibition that is ongoing, knowing that you can get a drink when you get there, knowing that hopefully, you can invite your friends from other parts of London to meet you there. Anything, whatever sucks people in, that's the important thing. And these kind of spaces, there aren't enough of them anymore, especially void in this area. So we've got that the cafe that I was telling you about, which is the Union Cafe on the park on the other side, not Langdon Park, but the other one. That has a Poplar Union has a space which I think you guys should go and check out, because I think something like that, in addition to what's going on here, would really add to it.
Yeah. Come and take a seat on the table of the chat. We're talking about what would make this area more lively, Do you want it to be more lively? These are some of the questions. Anything on this side? Any? I mean, any thoughts about all of these things that you've heard?
Give me a second.
Have you noticed anything that surprised you that people have asked for or suggested?
Quite surprised how people who live quite close by didn't know about the streets.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I live here and I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so there is a question about getting there. Rose, you've not said much so far. Have you? Any thoughts? Are you more of a listener than a speaker?
Yeah. I've been writing some things down.
Okay, you've been writing. You're a writer. You're right. Earlier on, the first person we had sitting down wanted to be a writer, so maybe we should.
I mean, look, I'm kind of anecdotal. I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
Everything that I probably can offer up, it comes from example. But you know, there's a book out there by J.G. Ballard called Concrete Island.
Yeah.
And if you've ever read it, you'll understand kind of why this has happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's a guy who drives off a road, ends up on one of those kind of concrete embankments underneath like motorways and stuff, at which it then becomes his prison. He can literally not escape from it.
Yeah.
And when you think about this, you know, this island, there's something similar about that but people can't just escape from it. They can't even get onto it. And we need that. I think you need some kind of advertising. You need the bat signal.
Yeah.
You need something to bring. Yeah, you need a bridge. A bridge. We're talking architecture. There's a nice thing. A nice bridge, not Boris Johnson's bridge. Not kind of like Smoke in the Wind bridge, but a real bridge of some description to be able to get people come over here and make it fun for them. Make it, you know, novel.
So a fun bridge.
I tell you what tends to happen is people I mean, for the young people, but I mean, also for myself, you kind of just get used to what you're living in. I mean, before I lived here, I mean, I was in Bow. Before Bow, I was in Bromley by Bow, and I lived where the now Bow School is. So I was separated from when I went to Marner School, which was the other side of the dual carriageway.
You were separated by that.
So you kind of just get used to it.
So you get
used to that don't you?
So you get used to living on the island. You don't think maybe there's something you could do about it. Could we got not necessarily the Boris Johnson Garden Bridge, but some kind of like. I mean, earlier on people were talking about a roller coaster. Maybe if you had a roller coaster that started at the Balfron Tower, but actually dropped you off here, then that would bring people in. And actually we had a guy called Malcolm who claims to be the main developer here who liked the roller coaster idea, so maybe it will happen. Maybe it's a reality, the roller coaster would take people here, wouldn't it?
Or maybe like the O2. Okay, this is a little far-fetched, but like the O2, people like to go over it.
Yeah.
You know, what if you encase it in some kind of plexiglass?
Yeah. Something
that you can actually walk over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little radical, but you know, why not? You have ventilation systems that can deal with stuff like that.
And
make it so that you actually walk over the road.
I mean,
you turn it into a river.
One of the things these guys were saying is that sometimes the reason they don't go outside is because it's raining. But if you had a big bubble covering the area, then you wouldn't have that problem. But a bubble. What do you think of the bubble?
Wait, it would look good if, like we said, if there's lights all over the place, and then the show, it will look good.
Do you like the bubble idea? You could light it as well,
Like this type of material.
Okay, like this, but bigger, I hope. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you put lights, like, you know, with plexiglass, if you put lights on the sides, the light travels.
Yeah.
So, you know, in any holes or anything like that, get lit up.
Yeah.
You know, the LED technology doesn't have to use a lot of energy or. I don't know. It's far-fetched, but why not? Why not throw it out there?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess you've got my approach. Always start with the ideas. Start with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm speaking from an architect. Well, one of the things that we struggle is we're talking about getting people to come here, and in order to get people to break away from the everyday habits in that I'm only go and do my shopping there, I go to the station and I go home and this is the route I travel every single day and it's the same. And to get people to explore beyond that, I feel people need to travel down the street, but then have something that makes them turn to their left, see something interesting and something that looks inviting or fun and attractive to get them to come here. So what could that thing be? Is that something, one of the things that we sometimes go on, and I think we've had this conversation a little bit earlier before, is we sometimes try to use color or something vibrant to at least get people to come here, and from once they're here on the street they can explore and kind of interact with the businesses, the people who are trading here or who have something to offer to them, like an exhibition, art things, or a Talkaoke session. So what do you think about that idea?
Colour.
So you need colour and you need substance. You need substance behind the colour. So you've got to have that cultural attraction. You've got to have something that's sucking people in, that when they see the colour, that's not all there is. There's more behind it. It's not just a facade.
Okay, we've got any face to the table? Aggie, new face, what's your name?
Hi, it's Oscar.
Oscar, we've got Rose, we've got Chandani, we've got Karina, we've got Aggie, we've got Anthony, we've got Valerie and Gokai. And I'm Mikey. At the moment we're sort of talking about, are you local to here? Are you from a way away? What do you think of this area? Does it need livening up? That's what we're talking about now. And some of the ideas are like, you can see this event shelter. What about if you had a giant plastic bubble that kind of straddled the whole of this area that you could walk over, so you didn't have to walk across the road? Would that be a good idea? Colour, gardens, we're talking about, I don't know. I know I'm hitting you with a lot to begin with, but any thoughts just off the bat?
I love the bubble idea. If you want to walk over, go to the O2 arena. You can walk over the dome, so maybe for a trial.
I think that's where the idea comes from.
As for the liveliness of the area, I think today is exceptionally alive, which is great. And glad to be here.
Okay, so there's a liveliness today. Is it? I mean, what kind of things make you feel that it's lively? Apart from Talkaoke, obviously.
Yeah, Talkaoke number one, and then obviously the reggae music and a bit of wind, so changing seasons. I think it's all very dynamic.
Okay, so the wind,
Have you been here before, other than today?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Today's a bit different to your normal day. So, what would you make you want to come here every day rather than just for today's event, for example? Is it more events or is it more things that need to happen every single day?
Oh, tricky question. I mean, usually when I travel to places, I travel for purpose.
Where are
so
you
if
from?
there is something, originally I'm from Poland, but I'm coming from.
I meant more in.
I'm coming from Putney area, Roehampton.
Okay.
Right. So across London.
Yeah. So you've come all the way. How long does it take to get?
Just over 1 hour.
Right. Okay. So it's quite a distance you've come today, but there's a reason for that, because Oscar's actually going to have a go in the Talkaoke table, because he's one of our trainee hosts. So that's just a little bit of inside information that we're going to put on the outside. But it is a long way to come. But I mean, what is it? Putney, Roehampton. You're talking. How is that different to here? And what has that place got maybe that we could bring here, or the other way around?
So I don't know this area that well, super well.
Do you find it hard to get to this area?
Well, no, London transport is quite well organized, so it's fine. A little bit of reading on the way, and you're here, so 1 hour flies by. But the difference between Putney and here, I think, this area feels a little bit more multicultural than Putney. That's pretty much it.
Give us a final thought, Karina, before you go.
Well, what I really want, I mean, I don't know this area very well, I'm quite new to it, but I really do want to get to know it a lot better. So you guys, please do keep sharing your stories and who you are and what you'd like this high street to say about you. It's not about me, it's about the local people. And then we'll try to help you to achieve that with what we can do in the next year, okay?
Well,
so these are my colleagues over there, and they're going to write down things that you say, so keep sharing those ideas.
But I mean, you know, we're all in a wave up from somewhere else to begin with, be it Bow or Poland, and we've come here. You know, we've kind of been brought here. So you know, at what point do we become a local, and what point are we a visitor, and what helps us kind of transition from one to another is also a question, I suppose. And it's going to be my last question before Oscar goes in the middle. So yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
Well, I mean, like, you know, you're saying that you're from the other side.
Yeah.
By the way, if you didn't know, Anthony's from the other side of the motorway, which is just there. But it cuts things off. It separates Poplar in half, and Bow for that matter. So a lot of the talking has been about how to actually bring people in, and how to get. In a way, it's about people feeling invited into this space and feeling like they can belong here, and not go, I'm just a visitor from out. I mean, Aggie, you've been here 17 years. You still feel like you're from Bow. You're not from the area.
Yeah, and I don't know if that will ever change. I mean, I do, when people say to me, where are you from? I always say Bow, but they say, where do you live? I say I live in Poplar. Right. That's the difference for me. Yeah. And I've been here a long time, so I should be able to say.
But you do feel kind of welcome here. You do feel invited.
Yeah.
Oscar?
We need to build that plastic bubble over the motorway to connect Bow with Poplar.
You like the bubble idea? Okay.
I love plastic.
Okay, you like plastic? Okay. Yeah. All right. It's not that popular at the moment.
It doesn't have to be plastic, but it's certainly something transparent would be interesting, because then it turns it into a kind of virtual river. Yeah. And you allow the traffic to flow underneath it. Yeah. And maybe that's a kind of something worth seeing.
And it would be a thing that people come to see as well. Because we need a landmark to kind of to bring people here, don't we?
Before I jump in, can I use the toilet?
Yeah, but you might.
Like up the top.
No, it's just use the blue key.
Blue key.
Okay, so where are we going to go with this conversation? Looks like I'm in charge for another 5 minutes. Where do we want to take it? Talk about anything you want to talk about. It's kind of up to you. We don't have to stick on this.
I think also very, very important is culturally. What happens here. We've just come back from a small vacation in Normandy. Yeah. And seeing how those small villages, continue to survive. And there's a real sense of pride about where they live. That they, you wouldn't find it littered. Things are looked after. They're well maintained. I think that sense of pride in community is very important too. Is that you have to instill in people that this belongs to them. That this is what they make it. Not as an order, as a mandate, but as a desire.
As a thing that people do because they want to do it, not because they're kind of forced to do it. No. Okay.
Thinking about the whole of Aberfeldy village. Yeah. I mean, it's all the same thing because there's a lot of things in Aberfeldy village, but they're all like the same thing. There's gardens everywhere. Yeah. It looks alive, but you can make it one.
Okay, so a lot of different things. I mean, what do you think about this question that Oscar brought up about the diversity, all the different people? Come and have a seat on a table of chat. What would make this place more lively? That's what we're talking about. And bring people in, get people excited to come here. The people are coming. Anything on this side, Shantini?
No, I'm listening. I'm very interested in what you all have to say.
I mean, are these architectural questions, or is it a wider kind of sphere? Can as an architect, you get people to be more proud of where they're from?
Of course, because we can, introduce things that they work on together. Yeah. And we can talk about things and make things in conjunction with the residents that live here. And that in itself will instill a sense of pride in the things that are introduced.
So if they work on it themselves, if they're part of it, then they feel like, this is our thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. This is Talkaoke. Are you from the area? What would make this area nicer? We have got Shantini, we've got Oscar, we have got Gokai, we've got Valerie and Anthony. Aggie, final thought?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting to see when the village is finished and completed.
Are you waiting with excitement?
I'm waiting with bated breath to see the changes that are going to happen, because I mean, I get all the planning and everything to say what's promised and what's coming, So let's see if it's really going to bring the old and the new together, because that's interesting, because I've seen this kind of thing happen in lots of areas across Tower Hamlets, and it becomes them and us.
Okay, so the old and new don't mix.
Yeah, they don't mix. So what you're doing is fabulous, trying to, you know, what's here, bring it alive, let them see what's alive when they come.
Okay, so that's another good question, is that how do you get the old and the new people to mix? Thank you, Aggie. We've got Faz back, we've got a couple of new faces here. What's your name?
Ruby.
And?
Ruby.
Ruby and Ruby? Yeah. Okay, well that's easy. Oscar's going to go in the middle in a minute.
Have some kebab in that.
A kebab?
Yes.
I'm vegetarian, so I'll have, unless there's a vegetable kebab.
It's not a vegetable.
That look of disdain about that. Have you got, no. But come and sit down, come and have a seat on the table. What would make this area more lively, and what would get the new and the old like mixing together? That's what we're talking about now. What would get like the
together?
Yeah. That's.
It's more of the. What I've noticed around here is more of the respect, and the children around there have respect for the adults.
Okay.
And they just do whatever they need to do to communicate with each other.
Right, so it's about that respect that's important.
Well, I've always got brought up with respect. If you don't respect someone, then you never get nowhere in life. That's the way I see it. You've got to have manners and respect to get somewhere in life. If you don't have that, then unfortunately you get nowhere in life.
And with all these new people moving in, is that going to have an effect on the respect, do you think?
No, it's just been more respect will come, or there'll be trouble either way.
Yeah.
It's depending how big the community is and whether we all stick together as a unit instead of individually.
Okay, so it's about getting together as a unit. Come sit down, Craig, and get involved in this.
I've said enough.
You said enough? That's a good input.
I've started you off.
Yeah, you definitely have. It's a good. What I'm going to do, Oscar, do you want to jump in the middle? We're just going to have a change of host, but stay there. Oscar's going to jump in. I'm going to come out. That's okay. So just get people's names. Start off with Oscar. Whoops. And
Hello. So I'm Oscar. Welcome everyone. So I remember Ruby and Ruby. Sorry. And now could you introduce yourself for me, please?
I'm Chandni.
I'm Faz.
What's your name?
Hello, I'm Anthony.
What was your name?
Craig.
Valerie.
And Ruby. Excellent. Would you like to join us, madam? No? Hello, boys. Do you want to join the Talkaoke? We've got Mike as well.
There we go. There's your one. There we go.
Okay.
Stick that in your pocket.
No, excellent. Do you want to...
Everyone's a human being.
Craig, come up, sit down.
Craig, do you want to...
No. If I sit down, I'll come back over there. I've spoken to him. He's given me the details I've just kept. I'll come back over here and throw another little detail in a bit later or something.
Well, come back and sit down.
So joining communities and respect and having a motorway crossing, dividing Bow with Poplar.
I mean, his point, the point he was making, which wasn't on camera, was that he felt it was really important for everyone to have respect for everyone else.
That's right.
And you know, when you don't have that divide, you know, when you're willing to listen and accept others that are different for whatever reason, that's when things work. And I know it's really obvious, but it's a very valid point.
Yes. Ruby and Ruby, what do you know about respect? Do you respect adults?
Yeah.
Do you respect each other? What's important?
What's important is you have to respect each other to go far in life, and you have to, and if you respect someone, they'll treat you the same.
Very good, very good. Do you agree with Ruby?
There's a saying that most people say, whatever goes around comes around.
Exactly. Very clever, very clever. Anyone wants to add something to that?
Yeah, I respect everyone, regardless whether they're black, white, whatever religion they come from. And I think that's the way I've been brought up, with good manners and respect, and it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Same as freedom of speech is like either you believe in freedom of speech for everyone or you don't believe in it at all, even for people whose opinion you might not agree with or despise. Everyone has that right to give their opinion.
Do you think in Britain do we have enough of that?
I think there's a lot of people that are unheard. So, you know, that anyone can maybe talk and go and shout somewhere. Is anyone actually listening? That's another issue altogether.
Mikey, what's your point?
I mean, I think that's. Oops, I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. I've got it up really high. Thank you. I mean, I think it's also about, you know, it's about the new people coming in having kind of not just respect but also curiosity for the old people. Where I live in Hackney, there's a lot of new people moved in, and it's almost like they're on a different plane, a different dimension to the people that have lived there all the time, and they just almost ignore, these two groups kind of ignore each other. They barely...
Who are the new people? These new people?
They're mostly like, seem to be like designers and stuff like that, like kind of, they're younger than me, richer than me, and better looking than me. And they generally tend to, it's possible, and they tend to just ignore all the people that have lived there for their whole lives, and it's a completely different universe.
So do you think younger people, richer people, and better looking than Mikey can be disrespectful? Is that the point? Are you going? Yeah. Any last words? Where are you going to now?
Just the calf.
To the calf.
We're going to the village calf.
Oh, nice. You drinking coffee? You drinking lots of coffee? No? Just having fun there?
You got 2 new people.
Okay, hello, welcome. Would you like to join Talkaoke? Or are you just passing by? Yeah. We're talking about respect. Do you have any thoughts on respect?
Is this going on TV?
Sorry?
Is this going on TV?
Yes, of course. You will be famous.
So are we going to be on TV?
No, don't worry. No pressure.
That's our website.
Excellent. Have you done Talkaoke before?
Yes, yeah, we've both done it. I think about a month ago. It was the first time I'd seen it. I thought it was a UFO that landed in the street.
It is a little bit of a UFO indeed.
And I was immediately made to feel welcome. And there's just something about being in this situation, around this table, with a mic and an audience that somehow elevates your opinion. So you could be really not interesting and still come across as having some sort of value.
Yeah.
I hope that's not what's happening.
It's having like a lovely conversation with strangers, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I think that to me, that's one of the things that now that I'm on the outside, I can just, you know, rant on. But I think that everyone's got something to bring literally to the table, and they've got something to give and a perspective that's useful and valuable. And I think, you know, when I'm talking about respect and the people, you know, it's about having that curiosity and understanding that those people have got something to bring to your life, you know, wherever they're coming from, you know, and it's about the mix. And somebody earlier on said, oh, it was you actually, he said, I like the diversity of this area. To me, it's great. It's like all the different people means you get a very varied view of the world.
Yeah, does it mean you can practice your respect towards other people? Because obviously there is all sorts of ages. It's very diverse at the table, so you can practice your understanding.
And I think what I felt about this the last time I saw it as well was that there was something very egalitarian about it, and I think that's what you're saying in a way. Is that you know, nowadays there's so much about, you know, glamour and TV and the spotlight and everything like that, and then what this is doing is giving everyone a chance to be in that spotlight.
That people speak.
Yeah, it's great. I think that, and the sharing of thoughts from people from all walks of life are in this environment where you actually have a captive audience, it also makes the person that's talking focus about what it is they're actually saying. You know, to keep it not too long, not too lengthy, to kind of focus on the idea. And I think it's a really genius idea, this. I'm in love with it.
Fantastic. Very good. Thank you. What's your name?
Gokai.
Goka. Welcome, Goka. So we've been talking about respect and community. Are you local? Do you live here?
Yeah.
Yes? How long have you lived here for? All your life?
1
1 year. Okay. Do you like?
Not 1 year.
Since I was 1.
Oh, since you were 1. Okay. How old are you now?
9.
9. Excellent. So you are the very local person to this area. Do you think respect is important for people?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Around here, yeah.
Very good. Very good. So now we've been talking about this area, new developments. Mike is living in Hackney, and he says the area is changing, not necessarily for better. The respect is not so much.
I think, especially in a place like London, that things are changing all the time. You can't stop the change. It's part of why we're here. It's always changing, and always for the good and for the worse. But I just think we could learn from Hackney in that you could, and a few people have said it, if you've got new people moving in, invite them more into the things that are happening already and make them feel welcome, but also, you know, try and grow that curiosity so that they're not just living a parallel life that has got nothing to do with the lives of the people that are already there.
So has Talkaoke traveled to Hackney as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So is it any different to this atmosphere, to this energy?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay.
Yeah.
Good answer.
That's fast, what he thinks.
Yes. So you've done Talkaoke, obviously.
Yeah. I've done it in the past, and I agree with the gentleman there. And I think, you know, respect should be earned, and it goes a long way.
Okay. Great. So anyway, we have new coming people. Hello. Would you like to join Talkaoke? We've been talking about. Oh, hello. Welcome back. My name is Oscar.
Come here.
What's your name?
Kerry.
Kerry. Welcome, Kerry. Just a quick round of names.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Valerie.
Valerie.
Gokai.
Goka.
Mikey.
Mikey.
Tiana.
Tiana.
Tyree.
And what's your name? Sorry.
Tyree.
Tyree. Excellent. And
Fez.
Yes, Fez. Welcome, everyone. So we've been talking about respect and the local communities. What role respect plays in communities? Is it important? Is it apparent in this area? Are you from here?
I don't really live here. I've come down for the last couple of days to bring the children out. It's my grandchildren, so
okay.
I'm with their granddad.
Where do you live?
Just in the block down here. I live in Hackney.
Oh, okay, Hackney.
Yeah.
So we've been comparing actually Hackney to this area.
They need a lot more adventures around here for them, because Hackney does have it, but not enough for these kids.
Okay.
We need to get a lot more property, a lot more going on around it, because there's nothing they can do around here. A gym over there, yeah, it's a gym, but it's not for kids.
Okay, so Hackney in that respect would be more friendly for children. Yeah. Do you agree? Do you like living in Hackney? Yes?
Do you live in Hackney? Or?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, Miss. Oh, I see. Okay, Miss.
We have the adventure playgrounds and everything like that, and they love it. The water parks and stuff, so they can take the little water things out.
Victoria Park is lovely, isn't
Yes,
it?
amazing.
Great for kids.
They're building the new park over as part of the. Is it the Union?
Sorry.
Popular Union. So they're investing a lot, it looks like, over there.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's lots of things for kids there. It almost looks, once again, that's on the other side of the A12, cutting everything in half. But at least it's over there.
Yeah.
It would be great to have even a version of that here, though.
Yes.
Why not? If they're doing it over there, why not put it there? There seem to be. Yeah.
And not making the space for everything for everyone else.
Yeah.
We need the space and we need it for the kids.
Why do you think it's not happening? It's happening there. Why it's not happening here? What's the reason? What do you think?
Because at the moment we've not been told anything about it yet.
Okay.
And they're not nothing. They've got hardly nothing here for them to play. It's just like crimes,
right?
Gang related. There's a gang that their brother was in recently, and we've had to get him out of it. And he's only 12, so it's not compatible around here at all at the moment.
Would you say the area is getting better or worse in the past few
Kids.
years?
Is the area getting better or worse?
You think it's better?
No.
Yeah, I think it's
Is the
better.
area getting better or worse?
Worse.
Worse. Okay, so we have better and worse. Why is it better? What do you think?
Because I think it's better.
Better because there is more playgrounds, or there is more shops for you, or yes? And why do you think it's getting worse, the area? Is it more dangerous, you think?
Because...
Okay, you can think about that. Don't worry. When you remember, you can still tell us. Okay, so redevelopments, Hackney against this area, better or worse?
Hackney's better at the moment than this area because it's like I said, we can walk out of our doors and we've got something to do. We're straight on the road.
Okay.
Around here, you just don't see much of it at all.
So
We've got apartments, but people don't have money to buy the apartments.
Sure.
It's not all going to be easy for anyone.
Okay, right. So,
I mean, I think this area needs some kind of landmark thing. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about the bubble. It could be this giant bubble going across the A12. It could be like the bat sign or
do you
something.
think more artwork would do?
I think it needs not necessarily. It just needs one big thing that, like, you know, like in Gateshead, they've got the Angel of the North. You know, that I don't know if that actually improves the area or not, but everyone knows about it. So could you have something like that in this, like maybe on the Millennium Green, or this? It could be something that solves the problem of this, you know, like some kind of strange bridge or a roller coaster, something that really marks out the area, that gives it an identity.
Let's do something. Walk in the canal, having boats to be shown, show a lot of adventures for the kids because they're not learning anything by having nothing to see. Because at the moment we're finding it hard to keep these kids going.
Okay, so better usage of the canal.
Yeah.
It feels like, once again, I mean, that sort of big thing or something that for the kids to do, it feels like something that needs to repatriate the two areas of Poplar together. Because you've got, I mean, I don't know the geography of it, but it feels like we got 1/3 of Poplar here and 2/3 of Poplar on the other side. Okay, so we need something to join them together. And if that happens to be something which is also monumental, or something eye-catching, or something to bring people into the area, that's really important. And the thing that we do have, it's true, is the canal. You know, I've seen some improvements on the canal since we've been here, because when we first came here, the area that we lived in, it was very much like a wasteland. It was like an industrial kind of flat area. Now there's been so much development, so much housing going on, but they seem to have forgotten about spaces for people to meet, to join, to converse, to do things like this.
Okay.
And now the improvement on the canal seems to have happened with the involvement of Harker. So I've seen the canal cleaned up. We've seen them put kind of boats with vegetation in there now. You see, seeing lots of barge movement and stuff like that. And you know, it shouldn't be a no-go area for anyone. It should be something which should attract people to the area. That is, we've got it. It's
fantastic.
Key.
Okay, so canal.
I mean, I like this idea of sort of working with what you got. Obviously, it's cheaper and more realistic. But you know, even in Hackney, I live actually right by that canal. And when I first started living there, that was just like a place to dump your bicycle, supermarket trolley, bodies. You know, it wasn't a place. It's a place you went to, you know, if you wanted to, I don't know, do something dodgy. But now it's become this kind of where all these kind of rich, good-looking people go.
Okay.
So what happened? I don't know how that happened. Something changed. So maybe we could do it here as well.
Let's get the canal to work. What's your?
I'm going to make a move now, but I'm
final thoughts.
It's good. It's good. I'm enjoying it, and I'm actually going for bereavement at the moment. So it's good for me, if you know what I mean. I just lost my brother, and he was well respected. He was from around there.
Great. Okay, nice having you. Thank you very much.
Can I get 2 portions with salad?
Okay, so we have a local shop here, local.
You two sit here. I'm going in there.
Exactly. Yeah, you are. Talkaoke is doing a very good job, being biased. But okay, so have you been at the canal there? Do you know what we're talking about? There is a little canal.
Yeah.
Do you think we could build something for children there? Would it?
Yeah, something. Not too big, not too small.
Okay, like a boat ride, maybe.
Yeah.
Some sort of canoeing around the canal.
Something that children will get interested in.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So there we go.
Maybe a submarine or something.
A submarine.
Although the canal's not that deep, so you couldn't go down that. Is it a canal or a river? It's a bit of both, isn't it? There's a canal and a canal going next to the river.
Would you like to go on the canal?
Would you like to go on a river? On a boat? On a yellow submarine? Okay, that seems to...
Who wouldn't?
What do you think about... Dennis, what do you think about the canal? Are we using this river enough? Could we do stuff on it, and what could you do? Water skiing, submarining, kayaking, cleaning, fishing?
Yeah. How about that project, like a cleaning, community clean?
Well,
they do that.
Yeah, moo.
Welcome to Talkaoke.
Canoes.
Please grab a seat.
I will, but I've just got to be quick. Hey,
Okay.
How are you?
Okay. What's your name?
Danny.
Danny. Hello, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Let's have a quick.
Anthony.
Valerie.
Golkai.
Mikey.
Dennis.
Dennis.
Tiana.
Tiana.
Tyvee.
Tyri. And I'm Oscar. Wow. Okay. Now I've got the mic. So we've been talking about the canal and the improvement of the canal. Joining the two poplars. So apparently we have 2/3 of the poplar on the other side, 1/3 of the area here, and somehow we could build a bridge maybe, or a big plastic bubble to walk over it.
Yeah, I've actually been campaigning for a long while for a bridge at the Leven Road, just to get over to fish at that stretch of the river, because I'm an avid fisherman, and but for many years now I've been campaigning for even a footpath or a pontoon even. Yeah. Just something that not makes us an island. Yeah. It just makes us connected.
So any luck with the campaign?
No, it's gone.
Not yet. Okay, but every little helps. Anyone else campaigning for improvement of the area?
No, but definitely support that idea. Anything that loses that kind of isolated island feel is a good thing, a step in the right direction. And that canal is already there. You know, encouraging once again that crossover, people from here to use the canal for something other than throwing, rubbish into. And like I was just saying, that Moo Canal canoes, they've got a place over in Limehouse Basin where you can take the canoe and go and help to clean the canal, and it's actually, so it's important to sort of identify the importance of keeping that canal
and the wildlife
pristine.
Is brilliant. You've got otters in there, you've got seals, the fish stocks have come on abundant. Yeah,
herons.
Herons.
You got herons, kingfishers. We open our back doors in summer and it's like being in Africa.
Oh,
it's the sounds in the night even are incredible.
Wow.
We've got to protect that. Got to preserve that.
It smells much nicer as well.
Are you familiar with the fauna and flora of the canal?
I quite like this idea of an adventure, like on a canoe or something, but you also tidy it up a little bit, and you've got a little rack or something in the back that you just chuck a bit of plastic in, just to tidy it all up. So I quite like that idea. I think that's a good way to sort of combine a couple of different things.
I've got a motto for the canal: when you're there for your piece, take a piece.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, if you see a little bit of Little Lion Land, but you're there for your peace of mind, well then help out and take a piece. Yeah. And it don't hurt to put it in the nearest bin. So. Yeah, and I do that every time I go.
And to encourage people not to use it as a dump, not to throw things in, to protect it, to respect it, because of the wildlife. Otherwise, it's just going to die and disappear.
What do you think it takes to bring this awareness for people to start picking up rather than throwing?
Perseverance it will take.
Perseverance.
Okay, perseverance. We have some new people around. Yep. Hello, welcome. My name is Oscar. Please take a seat. Welcome to Talkaoke. What's your name?
Joe.
Joe. Welcome, Joe.
I'm Nina.
Nina. Joe and Nina. Let's quickly remind our names.
Dennis. Golkai.
Valerie.
Anthony.
Kerry.
Tyvee. Tiana.
Welcome, everyone. And that's Mikey. So we've been talking about local communities, respect. Actually, our conversation been revolving around the canal, which is kind of abandoned. It's more of a dumpster, as far as I gathered from your conversation. I'm not local to this place, so what should we do as a community to improve the living? Maybe there should be more playgrounds for kids, more activities. what should be done to improve the local atmosphere?
Well, I have to confess, I'm one of the architects working on the proposals for here, so I want to listen a lot and not talk too much. But we're really interested also just thinking about people's access to the river, because it's just on the doorstep, and I just wonder what people think about that. But I have a sense that there is lots of opportunity to access the Lee, and yet it's really hard to get to it. So you have to cross really busy roads. So I'd love to hear what people think about that.
Okay, so just to recap as well, Mikey came across with this idea of having a maybe yellow submarine going through the canal, or at least like, you know, paddling boats and that sort of stuff. The solution has been found or mentioned that maybe every time we go close to the canal, we can pick up rubbish and take it with us and dispose it somewhere in the bins. Any other ideas about that? About the improving, or how is the chicken, by the way? What's your name?
My name's Rob.
Rob, welcome, Rob.
One thing that doesn't suit the society is smoking.
Smoking, okay. So you're definitely not going to be a smoker, you're against smoking.
No.
Good, very good.
But I mean, you know, this does also fit in with the environment, because one of the big kind of injuries, and Anthony talked about it a minute ago, is that how this big motorway just comes and divides Poplar in half. You've got the river on this side, which is, okay, it's got a few bits of plastic, but the real pollution's coming from that motorway. And it's like smoking 10 cigarettes, cycling up and down that motorway, which sometimes you have to do. And you talked about having a bubble over the top of it. Maybe that would work, but I think the pollution, like, believe it or not, I cleaned that this morning, and look at it now, that windowsill. No, I didn't. I haven't cleaned it for 2 months, but you know, that is still 2 months worth of dust. Is quite a lot of dust to gather there in 2 months.
So someone has to quit smoking when passing by.
Well,
definitely.
it's the cars.
It's the cars. Lots of.
If you're breathing smoke in from the cars.
Yes, that's terrible. Not great for us. Not great for children.
Well, I just want to test something. That's really interesting to hear that, because it's something I'm really worried about too. And I think anyone with children, or you know, knowing children, is really worried about air quality. And the thought that actually maybe we use Aberfeldy Street as a route for cyclists, as a route for pedestrians, to kind of prioritise that, so everyone is taken away from those busy routes. Because as a cyclist, it's a nightmare actually trying to get to the river, trying to get to the south, trying to get beyond the A30.
So something to consider whilst redeveloping, like making more cycling routes.
Yeah.
Welcome to Talkaoke. What's your name?
Francesca.
Francesca, welcome, Francesca. So
I say, these guys over here are into cycling. I've been talking a lot earlier on about how there should be a bike shop here, or at least a bike repair station, and smoother roads for cycling. But I think there is also this question about the pollution that you're breathing in when you're cycling, because it can be, and the idea of having a separate bike route away from the motorway, I think, would be nice. I don't know what other people think.
Yeah.
No, it's just really good to hear, because then you can make it something for all ages. I mean, you would never expose a child cycling on one of the major routes. Was actually kind of, if this was all shared surface, and you know, it's informal, and also it means there are lots of people passing the shops and passing the new businesses and things, so it sort of activates Aberfeldy Street again, as it was in kind of 1893. You know, it's kind of bringing it back to its historic importance as a street. But I've done too much talking. I want to listen
No, never too much talking.
I'm just wondering, I mean, that idea we said about having some kind of transparent bubble to kind of join the two halves of Poplar together, that, you know, if that were like a tunnel, and you encase, I don't know the feasibility of this or the practicality of it, but if you were to encase the A12 through this very populated part, so that the fumes could somehow be taken away, like it is in a tunnel, and disposed of elsewhere, rather than it just permeating all the air on either side of this area. Is that a feasible thing? I can't say I've heard of that happening anywhere in the world, not even in Los Angeles, but I have heard of tunnels.
They do it in South Mims. There's a big tunnel going where the M25. It's a populated area, and they've kind of put there is a kind of bridge over the top, but it's like about a mile long, and over the top is a park. So you could do the same thing with here. I think it would be great to have a park over the top, encase the A12, and have a park over the top, and then it would join the two things together.
The architect is listening. Very good. Is it a good idea?
I think it's a fantastic idea. I think also there are moments, so you don't have to do it along the whole of the A12. There are moments where it kind of make connections between the east and the west. So the end of Abbott Road, then where so that always used to be connected to the west historically, but it just has been severed with the A12 and the widening of that. So you could make that Abbott Road a kind of a green route that then connects to Langdon Park and everything. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Do you think we need more green routes? Do you think we need more green, more grass, more trees?
You can get people to water everything.
Get people to water everything.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? You love cycling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think we need more green and less cars and more cyclists, more cycling routes?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely. London needs more of that. And maybe the bridge, a cycling bridge connecting north and south of Poplar.
They've got something a bit like that in Mile End, which is not that far away, where you've got like a park that actually goes over the main roads, and I think that's a really good site, because what you're talking about, because there's parks on each side already. So why not join the parks, have a park reunion, a repatriation of parks, a kind of like east-west. It's be like the knocking down of the Berlin Wall. Join the two parks together again.
And then maybe having this massive artwork, massive sculpture as a symbol of a joint north and south of Poplar. Final thought before you go on the scooter now? Okay. Any final thoughts? Summing up the conversation?
There should be less cars and more cycling.
Less cars and more cycling. Round of applause for that. Applause. Very good.
Group work, like yoga, things to do in the park as well, so everyone can get together and just
a little bit
bond
like in
with
China, maybe like the Tai Chi.
Like a sort of thing in the park.
Yeah.
Things like that. Self-defense.
Self-defense.
There's got to be a lot of self-defense.
Okay. Walking.
Especially in Canning Town as well.
Walking here, I've noticed some exercise park. There was a few equipment. That's a good thing, right?
They're really interestingly so Jolly Green Park is really well used in terms of the new leisure, the new exercise things, and there are kind of groups and clubs building up around that I've seen, which is fantastic. But that's the point about making the most of green space when it's either there or like Millennium Green, for example. It's really underused, and yet it's an amazing green space. So that could be part of that green link across the A12.
Final thought?
Come in. Final thought?
So,
living round here, you want to know what your final thoughts is. What do you want more around here?
A bigger park.
Bigger park.
I want a bigger place to play.
Bigger place to play. Would you like a yellow submarine in the canal as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that idea.
Yes, I love the yellow submarine idea. So are you local?
No, I work with architects and I'm with Meanwhile Space here today.
Okay. So you know Joe then?
No, we don't.
No.
We've never met with different architects, but it's really nice to meet you.
It's great to have more than one architect in the area. So we've been talking about the development and improvement of the area. Can you, as an architect, can you add something to that? Oh, just 1 second. Yes.
More events and more group work.
More
and,
events
and more
like
group work.
Talkaoke. And
Yeah,
more,
everything.
excellent,
yeah.
fantastic.
A little Chinatown.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Nice having you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Well, I tend to think that the people who live here probably know best of what actually is needed. And I was talking to people today, and one thing that they kept saying was a nursery, like a creche, would be really great.
A nursery.
Yeah, so then actually when you people go to work, they can actually have a place where they can leave their kids, and then they can kind of, because a lot of people were saying that they have to commute and then drop off their kids wherever they're working, and maybe they work in the city, and then they've got to pay city prices for a creche, and they can't necessarily afford that. And that sounds like a really useful thing to have on the high street, and other things like that. Yeah.
Less commuting, more local options. Okay.
I mean, I think someone said this a bit earlier on, but I think one of the things is I think people work too much. They work especially architects for that matter, they work too long hours, and so they don't actually have time to either spend more time with their kids or be in the community. Like I had Aggie that was sitting where Rob is now, who was saying, but when I get home, I'm just too tired. I've had such a long day, and then the commuting, I can't get involved in any community stuff. So I know it's not something that's a problem that can be solved so easily, but I do think we need to actually work less, or somehow have a way, because that's a lot of people have been talking about the changes that happen in Aberfeldy Street. I think a lot of it is down to the time that people have got, because they don't have the time to organise street parties or to do that.
Do you agree with Mikey that we should work less?
Labour's proposing a 4-day week, which I think is actually a very good idea. I think the culture of work has to change now, because people, with their phones, they're taking everything, 24 hours a day functioning, and that's not really particularly good for the social aspect of how people live and work and behave together.
Do you think adults work too much? They should work less, or you have not?
I mean, compared to school, 6 hours.
Is school? Yeah, is school too much for you?
Yeah.
Too long? Would you like to play more rather than going to school?
I suppose so, yeah. I don't even know how much adults work, so. But talk about here, yeah. This row is packed with, music and everything. But then this row, you could get more things, street food, something.
More entertainment, more activities.
It's more shops here, but nobody's crowding around.
Okay, so what else could we have on this Aberfeldy Street?
You have to go. Final thought is, I think it's really interesting, this idea of repatriating the two divides of Poplar together, because like we said before we came here, we didn't even know this part existed if it wasn't for serendipity and chance. And I think that, what's happening here, even with places like Tommy Flowers, the Talkaoke, I think that's very interesting, and a social aspect that will attract people from the other part of Poplar. And I think that's quite, get more people involved, get more people on the case.
Excellent. Any
Same
final
thing,
thoughts?
yes. Build a bridge.
Build a bridge. Build a bridge.
Metaphorically.
Build the bubble.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much.
Final thoughts anyway, Oscar, because we're kind of like over time anyway. So.
Okay, so what's happening?
Final thoughts from everybody.
Oh, final thoughts for everybody. Okay. So.
All I'm saying is street food.
Street food.
Yeah.
Excellent.
More green space.
More green spaces.
I say that if we have cars, we need to make up for the car. So because of all the bad fumes being released from the cars, we need to plant more trees to make up for it.
More electric cars.
Yeah.
More cycling. Okay.
I think this has been really interesting, actually, and I think much more of this would be great.
Excellent. More brainstorming. You've been sitting there listening.
Well, I turned up a bit late, didn't I? I don't know really. I'm doing some research in Poplar. I don't live here, so.
Well, what has your research come up with?
Yeah, I think. I think the obvious one. I don't know if anyone talks about social housing, but you need more more secure housing, less housing insecurity. I think is an important thing, and that's that's hard to change. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think, you know, going back to the thing about the working week, and I think part of the reason people work so much is because it all goes on rent. Or a huge mortgage if you can get one, which is better than the rent. And it's okay, it's fine to say people should work less 4-day working week, but they need more disposable income to actually be able to work less and contribute more to their community. So, and I think that social housing is one way of doing it, although I believe that social housing needs to be accessible to a wider range of people as well.
Okay, so what's the deal? And okay, wrapping up in plastic. Final thoughts from me. First of all, sorry, a little bit, well, more not personal, but like, wasn't it about to be until 5 or no? Okay, so it's just a free flowing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, what we heard today, obviously there was a quite fiery conversation about lifting the area, having the neighborhood better. I don't know. I see lots of new builds, and maybe that's the hope for the improvement. So we should also smoke less and cycle more, right? And have more activities for children and the Yellow Submarine. So I think that concludes. And the bridge between north and south of Poplar to have one big, beautiful area with a massive landmark artwork in the middle. Fantastic. Okay.
Maybe you could design that artwork for us, Oscar, as being an artist. Let's give Oscar a big round of applause. He's our new hope for Talkaoke, taking it to the people.